Okay, we are here today, gathered today to be scuffed.
Can't. No,
Where
you
is
don't
it even
understand.
live, dude?
It says it's live, but when I click it,
Oh, we're fixed.
Oh man,
I
this
can't.
has been a
How can you
time.
If you refresh and try one more time, it'll be fine. I promise.
Well, we're back. Let me finish my intro. You people. Oh man. Well, nothing else happened.
All right.
That other thing didn't happen. It didn't exist. No one will ever find it ever again. I didn't just destroy my eardrums. But hello, hi, welcome to Mulligan Opinions number 14. As the title says, which I will start titling these eventually in my lifetime, it's Zander's birthday. But for having Zander's birthday, we are brought to you, and by brought to you, I mean I have hosts, Zander, of course, because if Zander didn't show up for his own freaking podcast, his own freaking birthday, I'd be very upset, and Alex.
Yes. I thought you were going to also say Fox.
Well, you see, I was getting there, but for a birthday present, you kind of spoiled it. As a birthday present to Zander, we have brought on our biggest fan, Vox.
Where am I?
You've been kidnapped into Zander's podcast because that's what Zander wanted.
I didn't know Zander had a podcast. I thought it was coming on Clone's podcast.
It just comes down to who takes the blame.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for having me, Clone or Zander or Gazorp or whoever is actually in charge of this little adventure.
Well, don't worry, it gets more scuffed from here, because apparently Alex is telling me it sounds robotic, and he says
We might be back. We might be
might have died.
I only heard Clone going robotic, and then I was like, "Oh, it's his internet." And I started laughing, and then Vox started talking, and it was also that bad. I was like, "Oh,
Sounds perfect on my
Oh,
end.
no.
Oh man, you made me so scared.
I mean, third take is the charm.
Well,
Do it
thankfully
again.
it wasn't.
Do
a
it
third
again."
take. All right, do it again. Okay, let me go back. Let me mute everything.
Oh my goodness.
And we are back, folks. We're back on the podcast. Hi. Hello, everyone. And this is Mulligan Opinions number 14, I believe, after counting for like 30 minutes over and over and over again in my head. Alex's microphone is echoing.
I'll fix
Killing
it."
it.
All right. Yeah, so how's everyone doing today? This fine week. These fine 2 weeks, what have we been up to?
It's been relatively good. I mean, we had Easter, right? Did you guys celebrate Easter?
I'm not religious.
Did you have ham?
No.
Oh.
I don't know what I had on Sunday.
That
Well, if you guys remember, last podcast, I got into anime a little bit more heavily. And I was led, under false pretenses. That the famous anime gif of the blonde-haired girl getting slammed into the wall by the brunette. I was led to believe that was Toradora. That's not Toradora. That was upsetting. So that's what happened from last week till now. I learned that. That's what I've learned.
Did you finish
Toradora? No, we have not finished. We have not finished Toradora yet. But I believe it was like last week when I was in the middle. I'm like midway through season 1 or over halfway through season 1, and or something like that. I'm getting there. And we discovered that GIF is not from Toradora, and I was like, "Well, god damn it!" Excited for that.
what's it from?
I don't know.
Plastic Nissan. And by Nissan, I mean Nissan. And by Nissan, I mean not the car company, but sister. in Japanese.
There's no way it's called plastic Nissan.
It is.
I feel like I'm getting fucking gaslit, and I have to use Google.
I use Google. It's called Plastic Nissan.
Well, okay, I'm
Do
gonna
you want the
name of
mal? Here you go.
Oh
Here's the
my
mal.
god.
Here you go.
You could have told me not spelt like the car company. and
I
would've
did
understood.
tell you it's not
Did
spelled.
you?
I did. I literally,
Oh.
and it's been recorded to the internet to all of I think Vox that watches this on YouTube.
Listen, once you did it the first time
Mhm.
and you started continuing, anything you said after the first excuse for Nissan was tuned out.
We have a surprise guest, so we can enhance this up.
Wait, was I properly introduced on this new improved rendition?
Oh, wait a minute, everybody! We gotta scrap it again. Scrap it again. Go back to screen.
No,
everyone
there's no
mute.
There's no scrapping.
What?
Go
There's
on
no
here.
scrapping, but we have another person apparently, and that I didn't even know about.
Just
Yeah, I'm
introduce him.
Okay,
again.
all right, everybody. Let's go from the top again. Okay,
Oh
we're
my
live in
God.
3, 2,
No, we're not. We're already
1,
live.
and we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to. I don't know why I'm doing this again. This is good. But Zander, Alex is here. Tristan, which is our is it his third time on this or his second time?
Yeah,
It's
I
been
was
a
gonna
couple
say,
of
I'm
times.
a repeat guest.
So I don't
Yes,
care
we
too
have-
much about introducing him because he's been
We
here
have the
before.
full entourage of
Um,
Counter Strike in
and
the
then
friend group.
and
right
then
now.
our biggest fan, Vox, is here.
This is actually my podcast now. I just
Oh,
get to
perfect.
tell
I'll
you
give you
guys-
the
I've
access
bought
to my
it out.
channel.
I thought it was Xander's podcast this whole time.
No. I bought it out. I filed it on my tax return as a lost asset or something like that.
Oh, we're definitely
Uh,
independent.
It's a charitable- it's a
We're
charitable
definitely
equity.
independent. This company is independent.
I think I'm gonna be completely honest here. Other than Gazorp, I think I'm the only one making money right now. So.
I mean, I start making money tomorrow morning.
Well,
so-
is that right now? No, it's not.
But technically,
Oh,
Vox,
no, I
I
took a
make
week off.
at
fucking
least
kill me.
$2 every month.
That is fantastic. If you want, I can contribute to this, and we can up your your income by
One.
Actually, that's a lie.
25%.
Fox, I can just take cans back. Does that count as making?
Oh, you don't
No.
put that in your taxes, do you?
I mean,
That's a
No.
lot of cans.
Oh, this has been enough tax talk for one day. Jesus Christ.
Well, let's talk about, first of all, we were talking about anime, but let's sidetrack into news. Tax day is tomorrow, folks. Get your taxes in. It's like voting.
No,
You get a little I voted now sticker.
For the state of Virginia, it's in about 3 hours, which is why I was rushing to get it done.
Oh, is it really? Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally in 3 hours.
Oh,
it's
for me,
literally, you have to get
it's-
it done in the next 3 hours. That's why
I got like
did mine.
6. But yeah, enough tax talk. Alex's somehow profile picture is something with, is that bacon on the up top? No, it's
No, it's grass and some leaves.
it's like C. It's like C stuff.
What are you guys
Cool.
fucking playing right now?
Desktop.
And so as everyone derails this podcast for the 6 millionth time in a row, can't imagine. This is like Destiny 2 raiding. It occurs to me all over again. It's like raid leading.
The first
I
one
will
was
ask
good.
for calm clears. Calm
You
clears.
haven't once asked us to
No,
clear
not that. But I will ask for that, right? And I respect. I kind of expect a small amount of respect because I'm the one that knows to fight. I'm the one that calls out, "Oh, it's stupid bubbles on the side of plastic or whatever," and then everyone walks all over me. I feel like this is my life.
I know that he has more time to be online than me. Out of you people who are also online more than me,
What do you
who's
mean,
in-
you people?
who's inflating his ego to get to this point? He has to have met somebody new who gave him like 3 compliments in a row, and now we're fucked for the rest of the year.
Remember when I turned on my camera the other day and everyone complimented me because of how good I look?
Oh,
It's a bit
fuck.
downhill since.
Wait,
Yeah.
No, I
Call
took
the
a
other guy.
screenshot of your shoe and asked Ellie to make an emote, which
I
I never got a response
I
on.
also think there's a correlation between the Unga Bunga D&D campaign that's currently going and his ego going up.
I'll let you know. I only burned
So
down
who's
one
the
town
DM?
hall. Our friend Drew.
Oh.
But yeah, so we were talking about anime. So we figured out the crisis of what that GIF is from. We'll figure it out again 5 years ago, or 5 years from now when we forget
Well,
again.
let's wrap that up real quick. Is Plastic Nissan something you guys have seen?
I've never heard of it.
Gazorp?
It is 7.2
No, I have not heard of it.
on Mal.
No,
I've never heard of it.
Okay.
Don't know where to
It's got
watch it.
It's got the famous wall smash screen. And And to the other note of anime, I leaned off from Toradora into Yashahime, the sequel to Inuyasha, and I am at the very end of season 2, and I am like 4 episodes out from completing it. There will not be a season 3, so that has been an exciting little trifle.
Alex's message has been
I'm
pinned.
just glad it got good.
I see.
It got very good. I mean, the first 5 episodes were a drag, man. But once you get past
Yeah,
that, I
said,
get
you
it.
and me
It's
quit after 5. And we're
yeah,
like,
it's
and then
like
you went back.
it was just all foundation building, and it's like, man, this wasn't the Inuyasha I knew. And then it then turns into the Inuyasha you know. It's like every episode, new demon, new bullshit. It's like, all right, this is good. We're back on track, and then the fights get really good, and yeah, stuff was awesome. Yeah, Yashahime was good. I know Dr. Stone is popping up all over my TV guide.
Yep.
So tell me, how's Dr. Stone this season? What's going on there? And is this the
I
number
think
one
I need to
anime
catch
currently
up.
running, boys?
I think I need to catch up, and also I don't think so. But
Currently you're running.
No. You got
mean,
a lot
I'd
of
say
big
it's up
hitters.
there,
You got a
but-
lot of big hitters that aren't Dr.
no, Demon
Stone.
Slayer right now. Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have-
Demon-
We have Demon Slayer, which is a very, very popular one. We also have Idol Anime Scar in physical horror. Physical? Psychological? I don't know. My brain. I press go live on this thing and my brain just melts.
Okay, motherfucker. If we're gonna be doing this, we've got Hell's Paradise. We've got Ranking of Kings season 2, 3, whatever it was, the new season.
Or is it 4? I don't know,
Let
whatever.
me go to my watch list here. One Piece, like usual. Demon Slayer, the new Konosuba.
Oh, that's a heavy hitter. Yeah, for sure.
Bull Fury's still finishing,
Yep. 2 more episodes. Or 1 more.
and that's only what I see. Oh, Kuma Bear season 2 is
Oh, it's
also
so
airing.
good. Oh my
On-
god, it's fantastic.
On a side note, One Piece has held first place every Saturday running this month, and they have destroyed Saturday Night Live, which was in second. It's in second place. One Piece is outstanding on Saturday nights.
Oh, it's gonna get way better too. I'm telling you, in like probably 1.5 to 2.5 months, One Piece is gonna break a lot of shit, Xander.
It'd be interesting.
And I'll be able to warn you too, based off what the previous episode is. I'm like, Xander, next week I'm
Ooh.
gonna warn you.
I see Demon Slayer on here, and yeah, One Piece, Demon Slayer, and Dr. Stone are the 3 animes that really stand out to me. So anime's going good then?
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff this season.
You,
and it's
watch-
gonna be great.
The level 999 clone.
Oh yeah, of course I do. It's an MMO
Oh, nice,
love story.
nice.
Why wouldn't I?
It is beautiful.
Oh,
Did you watch the latest episode of it?
Is there 3?
Number 3.
Yeah, I've seen all of them.
have
Oh,
you
it's
guys
so good.
heard of my sister's one-hit kill
Yes,
attack?
I've watched both episodes.
My
Is it good?
sister's one-hit kill attack.
It's My Sister, a one-hit kill, I think is what it's called.
Something like that, yeah.
It's about do you want me to
My
know?
one-hit kill sister.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I don't know names. Yeah,
This
the
sounds
result-
horrible.
It is fantastic.
Wait a
so
minute,
far.
wait a minute. This can't be worse than my mom and her.
Oh, hold up now.
multi-combo
Hold up now.
attack.
Now, you think so. You think that. You think it can't be worse. But let me tell you what, okay? So the premise of that one, right, is supposed to be a mother and a son bonding over a video game and blah, blah, blah. It's wholesome, right? This one is pure degen, fantastic moments. It is about a guy who gets isekai'd, right? And he's about to get killed in this new world, and he screams Nissan. and his sister arrives in the new world and is broken.
She's just God.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I know that because that has popped up about 9 times on the recommended on the Roku. Like, you should check out my sister's one-hit kill attack or whatever. I was like, why? Why? I don't watch anime on this television. Why is this popping up?
It's fantastic, isn't it?
So that's it for anime. Nothing else noteworthy.
No more
Oh, I could-
reincarnated animes that are good.
I just said one. That's reincarnated anime. You got a lot of things. Oh, don't even. Do you want me? I will pull it all up.
No,
I will spend an hour on this if you want me to. There's enough.
We don't need to spend an hour, but
I think besides the ones you guys just mentioned, what was it? It was Idol. What was it called, Alex? Let me pull up the map.
It's on High Dive, bro.
I have to pull it up on my phone then. Okay, listen here. It's great. There's a new anime out that the first episode was an hour and 40-ish minute, or an hour and 30, like 6 minutes long, so an hour and 40 minutes.
The episode?
Yeah,
That's
a
hell
movie.
of a pilot.
That is
That's
a
a
movie.
hell of a pilot.
It
It's
is
a banger
Oshi no
pilot.
Ko. It's gonna have 11 episodes, including that long one, which is fantastic. Yeah, it is 100. Yeah, it's great. You know what's funny is High Dive lied to me because I clicked on it thinking it'd be 30 minutes, and let me tell you what, it was not 30 minutes. But that one is about an idol who's gets pregnant, has twins, blah 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 blah. I can go more into it, but I don't really want to spoil too much.
That one's also an isekai.
That one's also well. It's not an isekai because that
No, I know,
requires
I know.
that requires being reincarnated to another world. This one involves reincarnation into the same world, though.
Mhm.
And let me tell you, you watched the episode though, right, Alex?
I'm like half through it.
Okay,
dude.
so I cannot
I know
say
what
anything.
happens, though.
You know what's happening?
Hmm.
You know what happens at the end, and it completely
Oh, yeah,
it goes for a
yep.
loop at the end. It completely sidetracks to something I did not expect at the
Yeah,
very
no, I
end.
know what happened, yeah.
In the last like 10 minutes of the anime, it goes, yeah, you thought it was going this way. We're gonna have a nice lovey-dovey time, right? Nah, pure revenge story is what it is now.
Yep.
And it's like, excuse me. And so that one I'm looking forward to. That one's probably my top one. And then besides that is Konosuba. But Demon Slayer has been good. But
Oh, is there a new Konosuba out?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
the,
I saw that on RBG. I was like, what
it's
the hell?
it's not the same Konosuba. So it's the same Konosuba, like the same world, but instead of choosing to continue the other Konosuba, which is the main Konosuba, they are adaptating the same guy's work, but it's Megumin's story before she meets the party in the original Konosuba. It's just think of like a fan fiction, but it's written by the original actor or author.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty much just stating who the hell Megumin, and it's probably gonna be in a what's the epilogue? No, epilogue's at the end. Prologue. It's pretty much a prologue to Konosuba to some degree. So that I'm looking forward to that. I've read the first volume of it, the light novel, and we'll see where that goes. I think it's gonna cover all of that.
I thought One Piece Odyssey was going to be like my prologue entry into One Piece, but the guy who plays it doesn't even play it.
Yep.
I know.
He
right?
loves One Piece.
I know, right? Let's be real. He was so hype about it, and I'm just like, nah.
I
fuck
still
it.
am. I just priorities.
You
Yeah.
mean life?
Priorities.
Yeah, just don't play video
Hashtag ultimate chicken horse.
Wait, is that what you guys are?
Ultimate Chicken Horse though is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I used the cheat code because their game's bugged, but that's fine. They get everything so we can play the rest of the maps at some point.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
How the fuck did you do that?
You just look it up. It's all over the place.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, besides that, let's not let our guest who decided to stay up due to his work getting
Yes.
rudely not giving him the day off tomorrow.
Well, Vox, being the Counter-Strike
I was gonna work it
connoisseur,
there.
and that being your passion in gaming is Counter-Strike. We have
I see
Counter-Strike
you
2.
really don't want to talk about WoW. That's cool.
What's to talk about? It hasn't changed in 2 decades.
Yeah, I
You're
was gonna
darn
say.
right it- you're
Anything
darn right
about
it
WoW
hasn't.
changed.
The only thing you guys went through was one civil war. We don't like artifact weapons. Well, fine, we're done with them. Thank you. That was the one civil war you guys ever had.
All right, so moving on swiftly from that nonsense.
Yeah, to Counter-Strike, we have Counter-Strike 2 on the way, Source Engine 2, Hammer 2.0, huge things in gaming. How I know you've been pretty on top of seeing a bunch of Flom and a bunch of others play Counter-Strike 2. What are your opinions on it? What are you looking forward to? Anything you're afraid of?
I'm looking forward to actually having a game that will drag me away from WoW.
Ooh,
Counter-Strike
yeah.
2 better accomplish that mission. As far as the game itself, I mean, how much do you want me to nerd out on this?
As
I'm-
far as
Nerd
you
out.
can.
What do you got?
I'm hyped.
Yeah,
I'm
what you
hyped
got?
for it.
What are you hyped for?
I haven't been this hyped for a multiplayer launch in a long time. It's a game I love, and they're improving most, if not all, of the things that they can. I don't know about the anti-cheat stuff yet. I don't know if that's going to get...
Console. Might be stuck with a half a console.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as I can type disconnect instead of having to open the menu and hit leave game, we're pretty much
As
good.
long as I can change my sensitivity and volume from it.
Yeah, sensitivity, volume, that kind of stuff.
Zender's not gonna play if they don't have left-hand fucking view models.
Tinder's
though.
not going to play it, period. He's sold out to Valorant again.
I'll probably play it, but
Which I'm going to be honest, if Valorant's, what did you call it, premier system, if that actually works really well and you can like join multiple teams at once to have different groups of friends to play with, I mean, that'd be really cool.
it'll be
But
interesting.
if it locks you to one roster per season or whatever, that's kind of lame, but I get it.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, the Valorant Open Premiere beta video released today, and basically it's a in-game tournament system. You and your friends can build a team of up to 7. Your teams, we'll call it ELO or MR, whatever you prefer, is going to be listed as the average of the top 5 of your team, and there will be a 3-period system of enrollment in teams. And then playing, and then tournament. You'll have tournaments for each bracket essentially. So there won't just be high level. There will also be mid-level, low-level tournaments that players can participate in for in-game rewards, as well as just satisfactory bragging rights of I fucking won.
So we need you to be on an alt is the first order of business.
Oh no, we use my main account.
Bring that MMR down a bit.
No, we're
Yeah, I
gonna
was
bring
gonna
you.
say Zander.
You guys bring your skill up, and we'll all be fine.
Sorry, skill folder is pretty much empty for Valorant. There's just
Yeah, I was
rage
gonna
and
say.
complaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to start a new notepad.
CS2 does some shit like this. I'm down.
I would be very surprised if Counter-Strike ever integrates that sort of thing into
They
their
won't.
client simply
They're
because
not even gonna. Yeah, they're not even.
third party platforms do it already, and
Yeah.
there's no reason
Oh,
for
yeah.
Valve to
Yeah,
invest.
they
Valve's
got faces,
Valve's
so-
100% dependent on their platforms because I mean they're an entire company built off of that factor. Like if they chose to try and differ or change away from that, they're adding more work to their platter as well as putting
I want
kind of manning
the
them
game.
out.
I want the game to be well done, and those sorts of things Valve can focus on. If a third party is gonna run the competitive side of it and give Valve more time to focus on actually tuning the game and making sure things work correctly, I'm all for it. At the end of the day, let the game developer develop the game, and let Faceit or ESEA or whatever may pop into the ecosystem. I'm sure some other platform might try to butt its way in when CS2 launches. Probably won't be successful, but
How much do you think Source 2 will be like every other like the last few years of Counter-Strike updates where this is something they're going to drop on us and we won't see any changes for a while?
Well, allegedly, and I'm using that term because I obviously was not invited to participate in anything that Valve did. I'm not special. I'm not important in any of those circles. So I'm just going off what I've heard. But allegedly, they've spent the last several years dedicating most of their development time to this transition to CS2, and obviously it's quite a bit bigger than just like, hey, we put party hats on the chickens kind of update. I'm not going to expect life-changing updates on any regular schedule. What I expect is if someone says, hey, this is a problem, you can abuse this in game and cheat and get out of the map, I want that fixed within 24 48 hours. That's kind of my expectation for a game developer that has a live service multiplayer
Yeah, I mean
platform.
with Valorant, if something happens, it gets fixed within 8 to 12 hours. If it's not that day, at the worst case scenario, it's the next day if something were really, really bad. But in Counter-Strike, I mean, we've seen a couple of times where something was kind of out of hand, like, hey, this needs addressed, and it took them, 2-3 weeks before it finally got addressed. Which, to be fair, it's Counter-Strike.
I mean, as long as it's before majors, who cares?
If the deagle is or not the revolver was broken, or you have this, that, and the other
That
thing,
was
like,
pretty quick. That was
right. These things are fucked up, but it still took them, in the grand scheme, kind of a long time I mean, again, for the level of a company they are, that revolver took them longer than a week. It took them a week and a half, 2 weeks to fix.
I don't remember if you were even playing. I think I knew you when this happened, but I don't know if you were playing Counter-Strike at the time. But there was a update that made the Deagle basically able to jump scout. Like at the apex of your jump, you could just deag people. And for a couple days, Inferno was just, you don't go banana because there's going to be a guy hopping on the half wall.
Right, and I mean, yeah,
with a $700 pistol that can one bang you. It's like, okay.
Exactly. Yeah, it's when things, get out of hand, Valve is a little bit slow. They've never, they don't really show that same care and appreciation for things these days, which is a worry for Source.
I think they're showing plenty of care and appreciation.
With this Counter-Strike 2 update, yes, but it's the moving forward. I hope to see that same, or at least relative same amount of ambition and care. I hope to see, patches.
It's weird because I'm definitely in the minority here. I'm not even within the Counter-Strike community. Like, I'm definitely in the minority where I just want a game that works and doesn't have, bugs and cheat abuse and all that kind of stuff. I'm not someone who's going to sit here and go, where's our operation? I want my coin and my missions to chase. If it's there, great, I'll play it. I'll, pay them $15 and enjoy it. But I'm not going to sit there and, beg like a puppy for drip feeding me content. If the game works, I enjoy the game. I'm going to play the game. At the end of the day, that's all I care about. I don't need a carrot on a stick of something, new content. Like, it's Counter-Strike. It's been the same for 20 plus years. If you like the game, just play it. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I think operations are just another incentive.
What about you, Tristan? Are you anything favorable, anything negative towards Counter-Strike 2 that you're looking forward to, or not?
I'm glad the trifecta of grenades has finally come together. That's probably the biggest thing for me.
Are you going to learn how to Counter-Strike now that CS2 is coming out?
Right.
These are important questions. We need to know.
Look, all right, you've seen it.
I see nothing. I am focused on my own crosshair. I am stupid.
These are not the droids you were looking for.
No, they're not. They're the bots you found instead. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to sit here and reiterate stuff that people have heard for the past 3-4 weeks or however long that open or.
But yeah, it has been a lot of rehashed information this while. Yeah.
The smokes get moved by frag grenades. That's really cool. Smokes, we'll see how it plays.
Well, you can blow smokes with an AK too. I think the only thing that doesn't blow smokes is the A1S, but I'm not positive on
anything with a suppressor.
I'm pretty sure any concentration of bullets is going to put a hole in the smoke. But it's
it's
much riskier to obviously unload a magazine and give away where you are and then not have ammo to do what you need to do. Volumetric smokes, so you can't have cheesy one ways anymore. So it's not like a game of, hey, do you know that specific patch of gray in this specific spot means he can see you and you can't see him. Yeah, it's fantastic. I as an esports connoisseur, I can appreciate the one ways and be like, oh, that's really cool when you see people doing it at the highest level. But just playing matchmaking, it's this is really stupid. You shouldn't have to know what a particular odd smoke in one specific spot means that you need to spam this corner of a wall because there's a guy probably trying to see over it. That's just not good for gameplay.
Yeah.
Especially not casual gameplay.
I think
I get it, but
I think that the volumetric smokes are going to be amazing. I think it's definitely going to change the way people approach the game because you can't see. I say allegedly again because I haven't got my hands on the test yet. Valve, hey, I'm here, please grant me access.
Please sponsor this podcast.
But you can't see, you don't get an advantage being in the smoke as it fades anymore. And that's another one of those things that if you know how to do it and you know how to utilize it, it's a cool asset to your gameplay. But trying to get more people into knowing how to play the game, that's not good. That's one of those things that's not intuitive. And the biggest thing I could compare it to, I guess, maybe for an older audience, Halo 2 button glitches. If you knew how to use them, they were sick. It was like, oh, this is so cool. Just fast melee, reloading, double shotting, etc. But if you just give someone a controller and they don't know how to do that's not fun to go up against the guy that can just insta kill you. Like just getting BXR'd by somebody and you don't know what just happened, but you're dead on the floor watching a respawn timer. Like,
What you've just described is why strafe jumping continues to die. I mean, yeah, it sounds cool and it looks cool, and people who talk about it make it sound awesome. But then you sit down and you play a game with strafe jumping and you don't know how to do it, and it's like, oh, why can that guy go 1,000 miles an hour, but I'm being a slug, and it's like.
If Source 2 changes the way air strafing works and the way that feels that people are used to, I think that's going to be a big problem. That's like a large percentage of the community is not going to enjoy the game if it doesn't have that same mechanic in it.
Yeah, I mean, movement fuckers, people like me. People who love their movement.
I trash on the game enough, so I'm not trying to knock Valorant with every sentence out of my mouth tonight, Zander. But the movement in that game is just boring. Like you don't see people hopping around trying to get a movement buff. You see people hopping around because they're used to doing it in Counter-Strike where it actually gains you something, and it's just not the same.
Yeah, no, the only time you hop in Valorant is if you're
to
trying
get across Sage.
Get across small or medium-sized gaps.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoy Valorant for what it is. I enjoy playing it with friends. I refuse to play it solo. And that's my whole spiel on that game. So
that's all.
And my goal is to make it through a play session once a month without having Zander tell me I need to stop talking because I'm ruining his experience.
Fair enough.
You'll have that.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Again, I forgot. You're ancient now.
I am. I'm one
Welcome
more
to the
year
club.
ancient.
One more year, and you're going to be 30, and then I can properly make fun of you.
Well, then you got to start organizing his funeral, dude.
Yeah,
I've already decided how he's going to be cremated.
Yeah.
We're going to stick a giant cigar in his mouth that will like engulf his entire body in flames. And then the remains of the corpse are going to be spread to nurture a new tree just to make him completely unhinged.
I would come back and ruin things. I would not be happy if I was turned into a tree.
Why not?
You silent fuckers over there. What are you two doing?
I'm doing nothing but sitting here enjoying the conversation.
Walking
hammered. Down to quote Top Gear's new show, what do they call it?
The Grand Tour.
The Grand Tour, thank you. Where I'm simply waiting for you guys to walk down Conversation Street.
Into what
and
intersection? What intersection you looking for us to hit?
A train derailment. Like, there's been 5 million of them so far this year.
Didn't I get yelled at for this Pakistani thing?
Excuse me?
This East Palestine fucking derailment.
Not the same, Zander.
Palestine, Pakistani, whatever. Now on this East Palestine fucking derailment, what, Clun? What's changed? Anybody else died? You said everybody died, right?
Pronouncing these words just makes me very sad. But go on.
Well, did anybody else die? What? Last I was told, the entire investigation group died, right?
No one died. The entire investigation crew got sick.
Got sick. Okay.
But the train
sick. That means death in Xander's. He can't afford it.
It's true. That's true.
The truth has died in Xander's eyes.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to get at is just because I thought you would find this funny.
Funny? It's 90 minutes from me. What do you mean? It's 90 minutes from me.
What I'm trying to get at is a truck got derailed carrying contaminated soil. That was pretty funny.
Nice.
Do trucks ride on rails?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Be better.
Oh, wait, what do you mean contaminated soil?
It's exactly what I said.
Like, I mean, it's contaminated with normal bullshit that we use
Let
for
the nature man talk.
crop feeding.
It's the soil that they took. No, the soil that the
Nuclear?
east,
The original
Oh,
train
Okay.
derailment
Oh,
soil that they
Okay.
scooped up and moved away to go get treated. It dumped one of the trucks that had it.
Right, that Ashbringer corruption soil. I got you.
Okay. Now we're talking about.
So wait, they fucking they fucked this up twice now.
They fucked it up a lot. It's pretty funny.
Jesus.
So we had a train derailment, and then we took all the soil that was bad and we put it in a truck, and then we derailed the truck.
Yes. Well, it didn't derail it. It just crashed. It flipped.
Wow.
There's a bit of a difference.
Surely this
Yeah,
is being
okay,
filmed
that's
for
what we're
a
getting at.
for a documentary at some point.
Surely they're gonna look back at this in 1,000 years and go, "Time travel might be real, ladies and gentlemen, because some comical shit happened in 2022."
This is some like
2023."
Three Stooges level of just
I forgot what year it
incompetence.
was.
We're not gonna know what the Three Stooges were in 1,000 years.
I hope they
They'll
will.
have been glossed over by the. Actually, okay, tangent. Is the Earth going to be around in 1,000 years, or are we going to destroy it by that time?
Clone, will human civilization be continuing on?
No,
right?
I didn't say human civilization. I said the Earth.
The Earth
In
will
1,000
die.
years, I mean, we could
Earth-
do a lot of things to the Earth, and it would still be around, unless we blew it up.
If we all died today, the Earth is around for 1,000 years still, right?
I would
like,
say yes. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that could stop the next 1,000 years.
I mean, no, the Earth's around. It's just, are people around?
Next
I
50,000?
mean, that's the thing. Is the Earth around? Yeah.
I
We're
think
not
we
gonna
could
kill the
probably
Earth.
obliterate this planet pretty early in the next 50,000.
What's the time frame on our sun turning into a red giant?
Oh, is
And
that-
A long time.
That's
It's a
hundreds
long
of thousands.
time.
Yeah, isn't that like
Hundreds of
200,000?
That is
It's like
so
millions
that's
of
so
years.
far away that I would say that's not my problem.
Damn, Box, how
Definitely
fucking
not
long
the
you
problem.
planning on living with that?
Like asteroids. are
longer than
definitely-
Xander. I'm just gonna say that.
What do you think I am? The face of Bo? I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Moisturize me.
There's
Oh,
probably.
Yeah, that's not the face of Bo.
I know it's a different face, but that's funnier than whatever.
I have to imagine in my personal lifetime there will be an asteroid meteor emergency level concern at some point.
Nah. We're more worried about nukes right now. Come on.
You think we're gonna have another? Was it Tonka event? What is the? What's
Something.
the-
I think
what's the
we will
keyword?
have a meteor that our science will tell us is it's gonna come fucking close or something. Like I think we'll have in my lifetime.
Tunguska. What's the word? Thank you, Borderlands. Tunguska event.
I think we'll have something like that in my lifetime. I can't imagine anything else be like. I don't see the. I doubt anybody would hit the nukes in our lifetime. I doubt it.
Even the supposedly terminally ill leader of Russia.
It's plausible, but I don't think it would happen in my lifetime. I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, Xander's only got like 3 years left, so I mean, it is reasonable.
The good news is Clone would survive.
You think? What am I, a
Oregon-
cockroach?
Oregon would not be a target. I promise you. Not considered a strategic point of interest.
Portland is a pretty big port, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Hence its name.
compared to Washington D.C., Pittsburgh, New York.
No,
City.
it's in the top.
If
If I remember correctly,
I'm getting vaporized. Like, let's just be real here.
if I remember correctly, it's in one of the top. I cannot remember now.
Do you have a naval base in Portland?
We don't have a naval base, but what we do store a lot of ships do come in here to resupply and all that jazz. And by resupply, I mean I don't know, they just kind of sit.
You got a dry dock?
And just exist. We used to. Okay, so you want to know the history of Portland's ports? Not what I expected. They used to be a full functioning port, and we had naval bases. We had this and that. We had people actually coming by here to resupply. Got the classic ship pulls up. You can just walk on it with using a plank. That kind of thing with those type of styles of buildings and cranes, dumping grain into the compartment, of the ship. And then the port went on strike. And then Portland's like, okay, well, we just won't use the port anymore.
Huh.
And then now we don't have a functional port. The dry dock, decrepit.
So your city is a misnomer. Okay.
Yeah, it used to be a pretty big port town, but not anymore, regretfully. Used to be better
There
than
you
it
go.
was. And there you go. Yeah.
Once again, Seattle is superior to Portland.
Whoa,
To the
whoa,
surprise
whoa.
of nobody who lives in Seattle.
Listen here. Listen here. All right. At least Portland didn't have to rebuild the city 16 million times because they put it in the middle of fucking summer in a flood zone. And then they burnt it down. And then they burnt it down again. And then they built it above the old town.
And like a phoenix rising from the ashes, we are still better.
I swear to
Portland.
God. We don't need no
People
fucking
very-
space needle.
As a native,
We don't need anything to get tourists here. We don't need a space needle. We just call ourselves Stumptown, the city of bridges, when we only have like 7, and Rose City because we have some roses.
we have a volcano.
We also have a volcano.
No. You don't get to claim Mount St. Helens. That is
No,
not how
Mount
that works.
Hood. Mount
Really?
Mount Hood, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know my own geography in the area. I'll be honest.
Mount St.
been
Helens is in Washington. I would never claim that
Washington.
as an Oregonian.
Hey, Clone, I hate to burst your bubble here.
What?
Yeah, I was born in Washington.
I'm well aware you were. I know this. fact.
5
Yeah, and Oregon's still better than Washington. Well,
No, it's not. You can't
actually,
make this argument.
I haven't.
You have
I
no
don't know.
basis.
I don't know the geography of Eastern Washington. Is it a desert like Eastern Oregon is?
I don't want to go anywhere near
so.
Idaho, so I have no clue.
I was like, I truly don't
Dude,
actually know that because I
Portland,
assume it
Idaho
has
is
to go over the
beautiful. I don't know
Cascades
what
still,
you're talking
so it probably is a desert. It's got to be a desert. Probably is about as useless as Eastern Oregon. Well, Eastern Oregon isn't used.
I don't know though, because Washington gets a lot of fucking rain too, though. Like I remember being in like Seattle, and it was just raining all the time.
Well, yeah, Chicago's the windy city, but Seattle's the rainy city. I actually haven't been in Seattle since like the 90s, I'll be honest. I moved to the East Coast and I've never been back. But one day I will be, and when I do return, Clone, there will be a fight. And we will triumph over Portland.
I'm happy. Cool. That's impressive.
It's not going to take much effort.
It
We're
will
pretty
be a
much just
war.
going to show up and like win. So
It's gonna be like the same as like Michigan versus Ohio.
I'm not getting involved in that one.
Yeah, no, this one's a little more nasty. It'll be like Michigan versus Ohio, but way more peaceful.
So, did you finish your Yu-Gi-Oh deck while I was gone?
Fucking no.
Wow,
That
that's
didn't
not
help
great.
him.
I'm not spending money on this game, Zander. You know how much I have to grind, like,
Bro.
to get a free deck in this game?
Bro, just recycle every card you have.
No,
You'll have enough to make
because
that
I
deck.
have good. I know I would. I've contemplated it. I know.
I mean, how much do
I
you know
have-
about this deck?
I have been going through. I don't know how the fuck to play it, so I mean, I want it, but
And then what's Gazorp doing?
I can go look through my decks. I might, you know what, Xander, you might be onto something here. I might be able to get rid of a couple decks. We'll see.
You can get rid of that Toon deck for sure.
I'm just
Yeah,
browsing through.
Fucking
stuff.
Toon deck. What you talking about?
That's Liam, bro. Liam and Clone.
What do you
But no,
I
run?
have
Xander, I'm just
I have the
browsing
evil
through
villain
Steam.
decks.
Wait, does Clone play Yu-Gi-Oh?
Occasionally.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
What do I play, Xander?
Yeah, what do you play in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Cupid.
You pick.
He's something.
Fucking garbage.
That is also a villain deck, by the way, from the anime. It was in the movie.
Well, I mean, mine aren't really villain decks, but they make me feel like a villain, you know?
A Cubic makes me feel like a fucking villain. That shit's brutal.
What the fuck? This is bullshit.
Bullshit, he says.
Xander, didn't you make a Master Duel deck?
I didn't finish it, but I got like halfway. I was working on a Blackluster deck.
Yeah, and then he decided against it.
No, I didn't decide against it. I just stopped playing. I like Blackluster. It's not a good deck.
I still
mean,
want you to do it.
Enough of
I mean,
that.
it's not a bad deck.
It
It's a fun deck.
caps out at like 3,500 damage.
It's a fun deck.
This isn't the podcast, I think.
You know what the worst part is, Xander? Xander, you know how boomer your Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge is off of that one sentence?
What?
It caps out at 3,500 damage. That is not even the the worry you need to have these days.
No, I
what
know.
the fuck paragraph is under what they just played? And do I? Oh, something's happening.
I
Who
know.
knows now?
I know.
Yeah,
I've
pretty
watched
much.
you guys play, and I see cards with like 8,400 damage. It's like that's not achievable with Blackluster Soldier deck. Like you just
Well,
can't.
it can. You can get cards that can like.
You're right. You can
double
get a bunch of cards that boost it and shit, but it's like
Yeah.
by natural Blackluster, like every card being forcing you getting into Blackluster Soldier out, and like the deck based around that, you can't compete with these other decks.
You know what
Yeah,
can
no.
compete with these other decks?
Well,
Dude.
A Toon deck. You know what
Toon
else
deck.
can?
What?
Alex, what's the current one that I play?
I don't know. What's the current one that you play?
Rika.
Rika. Thank you. That's the word. I know it starts with an R, ends with an A, and something around there.
Rika? I mean, I think it's meta, but I think I
Rika's
beat
great.
it before.
As all things, you gotta play the plant game. As you can tell, I'm not much of a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I haven't been for
I
quite
mean-
some time.
None of us really are. Douglas is probably the most hardcore one.
Oh,
Douglas
for sure.
is the most
Zombies and-
hardcore one. I'm just the one that has the trolliest deck.
Yeah, I mean, I got a troll
You mean you
deck.
stumbled
He
yourself
helped me
into a
build it,
bullshit
so-
deck? You mean?
Listen, you know how I found Cubic? There was no research. I was like, oh, that card art looks badass.
Yeah,
What the
I know.
fuck?
Which is why I said you stumbled onto bullshit. I didn't say it not wrong, was I?
No.
No. You should not mess with me. I said what I said, and I meant what I said.
Oh, since we're on derailment, Gazorp,
What?
hit us with the new and trending tab today.
What?
Your new and trending that you love on Steam.
On
Oh,
Steam,
no.
yeah.
Oh, I
sure
haven't
it's
even. I haven't
PG-13
even
here.
seen it. Or if I have, I glazed over it and wasn't paying attention.
Your list is something fierce.
Where the fuck is it now?
Good, it's gone. They took it away. They took it away.
Oh,
Take
new and
that
trending.
over.
Okay. Do you want me to only read the safe for work ones?
Yeah, safe for work.
I mean, you can
Okay,
read the
1,
not safe for
2,
work
3,
ones, as
4,
long as it doesn't
5,
have a thing in its
6,
title.
So there's 10 total. We've got Pets Hotel, Zombie Blocks 2 Open Alpha.
oh,
Open
blank standing?
Alpha is in the name of the game.
I didn't see that.
And then we have non-PG, non-PG,
Just
non-PG.
say the name, but redacted, and any of the
Blank
parts that aren't.
standing?
You
It
can
kinda
read
looks
these
good.
names.
As
I
long
feel
as
like
it's
we have
not-
the same one.
Yeah, as long as it's not like the title is bad, and that's the thing.
How-
It's just like if it
we
says,
have-
you know,
Princess and Conquest, even though it's got a lot of tags that would make you not want to read it, I don't think that name is
bad. No, yeah. See, he gets it.
What
Is
about
it
blank
wrong
standing?
to repay your debt in a dungeon?
Is that really a game? No.
Yes, and the thumbnail is quite. Thumbnail has a look that I'm not sure how to take.
2 Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collections 1 and 2,
Oh, that's dope.
Breachers.
I've heard good things about
Shark Punk
Breachers.
Verminfall. The fuck? And
what?
then we have
That's a
Open
knockoff if I've ever heard
Heard
one.
one.
Open at 9, which is the only one that actually has blacked out screenshots.
Interesting.
This is like the siege of VR games.
Yo, Breachers? Yeah. Yep.
Hey, that's the game Solaris was playing, Wild Frost.
What's up over there, big size?
Nothing. I'm just sighing, you know.
Wait, should I be watching this?
Ideally,
While we're
yeah.
doing
Oh, yeah, it
Listen
helps
here.
have you-
Currently, we have Kayla in the chat. We got Stefan in the chat. We got some third mysterious person in the chat. And then we got Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Oh, I was,
Wait, am I losing my biggest
Does that
fan
count?
title?
Well, I don't. I can't tell who's in the chat. It doesn't tell me these things. I click on participation. It just shows my name.
So you just made all those
Where
names
the
up.
fuck is
Well, no.
that?
People have chatted in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, hi.
Listen here,
Thanks
I
for,
am a-
thanks for listening.
I am a up and coming YouTube streamer. I'll have you know. I have contracts out of my ears. You know, so many people want to sponsor me.
Why?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
still bought this podcast out and claimed it on my taxes. So
It's funny because it's not even monetized. Because I can't be monetized until I reach, I don't know, whatever threshold.
Are you saying I'm gonna be audited now?
Probably, yeah.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Yeah. So in the news of games, while we're on the topic of all that stuff, right? What is everyone playing? Obviously, it sounds like half the room is playing Counter-Strike constantly. The other half, and by other half, I mean Zander, is playing Valorant constantly. What other games besides that? Any fun, quirky off games?
I was playing Mafia Definitive Edition, and then I decided that it's not the right time. And then I think I'm gonna start replaying God of War. Waiting for the God of War 2 fucking port. That'd be cool. But don't know when that's gonna happen. Give that fucking a year and a half, 2 years.
We have, for our RTS fans, aka me and Kayla, because we're the only ones who are fucking RTS fans. Stormgate is up on Steam. It has a Steam page now. I'm fucking hyped about this. I just added it to my wish list on Steam.
What is it?
Stormgate is an RTS, fast-paced like StarCraft or Warcraft 3.
Free to play.
Or
Oh, it does have co-op.
I am excited.
I will also add that to the
see,
wish list.
I don't. I'll add it to mine. I don't know how I feel about RTSs though.
RTSs are fun. I prefer the ones that are multiplayer than the ones that are single player. I
This
couldn't get
one
into
is
company here.
multiplayer.
What is it called? Oh, Stormgate.
Yeah, Stormgate.
Stormgate.
This is made by the original Warcraft, some of the original Warcraft 3 devs, as well as some original StarCraft devs.
Yeah. Let's talk about that fucking failure. Whenever they redid fucking Warcraft 3.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I mean-
upset. I looked up STO, the Stormgate, and it showed Maple Story.
Don't fall down that rabbit hole if you want to ever have a life again.
Yeah, so when's the
I
Maple
miss
Story
Maple
2
Story.
private server going up, Gazorb? What's going on with that?
It's technically up.
Are we doing this?
No.
No. No.
No.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I don't
No.
want to fucking grind Warcraft. I'm not gonna grind that shit.
So what is a Stormgate? Let's get back out of that. I just wanted
So
an obligatory
Stormgate
sad
is,
Maple Story 2 noises.
So, do you remember me and Ellie playing Warcraft 3? Or, like 1v1s versus each other? Or playing, like, I'm sure you guys played with me. We played against bots, like, the actual, like, having
I have,
heroes
yeah.
and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That's what Stormgate's going to be. It's going to be that essentially. Or if you've played StarCraft 2, same thing. It's going to be that. We don't know if there's heroes or not yet. We think there's going to be, but we don't know for sure. Either way, we know it's a fast-paced RTS.
When you say
Like,
fast
so-
paced, what is that?
Okay,
mean?
so does that
So-
mean it's not like Northgard? Because Northgard starts off slow.
So Northgard is a middle ground, some new type of middle ground between like Civ and fast-paced RTS. It is not a fast-paced RTS though. A fast-paced RTS is you can have a game in Civilization. A game will never end in 10 minutes. In StarCraft 2, a game can end in 10 minutes. I mean, you can full
Six
rush.
pool, cannon rush.
Right,
Come
exactly.
on.
You can six pool as a Zerg. You can full. What my strat is, I full rush a proton spawner ship, go behind the enemy and spawn and drop at the same time 12 Protoss fighter guys, whatever. I can't remember the name.
Zealots?
Yes, I dropped 11 zealots and I just murder you. And yeah, so it's much more faster pace. Any questions, concerns?
No,
Pretty awesome.
sounds fine.
No, you should check your messages though, really quick.
Hey, Xander, see that link?
I see that link. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait for you to dip a toe in it, and tell me whether or not it's worth it. Definitely.
I love the very, very bottom, the small text. This site is in no way associated with or endorsed by company Nexon Korea.
Dude, Nexon's suing the fuck out of some people right now. I don't Oh fuck, hold
the
up.
dark and
I got it in
darker
my
people.
DMs. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the darker
think-
people. Yeah. Nexon's suing the fuck out of them.
Yep.
And I don't know how I feel about Nexon now.
It's kind of what happens when you take trade secrets with you and then use them for your own game.
Yeah. They literally quit Nexon and then basically took them what they were working on and then
Not the exact same thing, by all means. I mean,
Yeah.
again, I personally don't think there's
the
grounds
core
to sue,
of it, though.
but the core of it, where we
it
haven't.
depends on what those people had signed. If there were
Yep.
things that they'd signed with, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's legal precedent for why they're suing them. They're not going to waste a bunch of money to file lawsuits if they don't think they have a case.
Agreed. But I mean, what they well, at the same time, though, I mean, in the environmental sector, we do a lot of lawsuits that we can't win. Like, there's absolutely no grounds for it practically, but we'll continue to battle and waste a bunch of money because it delays the project till people just lose.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they're going about.
This and that.
with,
So it might give Nexon the ability to have the time to release their game before this fully comes out, kind of a thing. So then they take all the hype for it. The problem is, if they do that, they're going to lose so much positive feedback on that one. They're just going to be the bad guys in the situation.
That's so interesting that from like a baseline internet perspective that they're the bad guys, even though their IP's being infringed on, essentially. It's like, oh yeah, your stuff got stolen? Well, fuck you.
Yeah. I just, if you're going to do something like that, don't immediately turn around and do that. That's just ridiculous to me. It's just that entire, debacle. I mean, it seems like a fun game, and I get that. And I bet you it's not at all what the Nexon one's going to, come out and look like. But if it's a battle royale based on like dungeon crawling, that type of thing, then it's practically the same thing. But there's not a big grounds of suing there on there. But unless it all depends, like you mentioned, on what documents they signed. Especially if there's a document saying if you went and immediately worked for one of our competitors or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say most non-competition clauses or whatever in a contract when you sign for an employer, it's gonna be well within that statute of limitations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. But it depends. Is this company they just started a competitor of Nexon? And goes back to that.
Yeah.
I'm sure the legalese in their
thing
contracts for
happening now.
Nexon will include starting your own software development.
Probably.
I'm sure that's in there.
If it isn't, it will be after this.
Well,
That is for damn sure. For sure.
You're saying these people that have a very specific set of skills are not allowed to utilize them for their own profit with other people's ideas?
No.
Yeah.
Preposterous. Well, it seems like the conversation has died down now, hasn't it? About as good as a fire.
Well,
Now,
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I went off on a tangent thing here, and I realized I really want to play some Warcraft 3. So now I am re-downloading Warcraft 3.
blimey.
No, that's not what you're doing tonight, though. You already fucking know.
What you should do is re-download Warcraft 3 mod for CS.
No, me and Zander are playing a Super Bowl tonight for his birthday.
We could.
We are. I'm literally downloading it now.
How tiny are y'all's storage drives? Why do you have to continually re-download games? I'm kind of confused.
I don't have a lot. I remember, Vox, I play on a fucking laptop.
You can plug in an external hard drive that's like $50.
Didn't know that, actually.
Please tell me. The one that my mouse is plugged into, or the one that my fucking cooler fucking
Get a
fans are
USB.
plugged into?
You tell me your cooler fan doesn't have like a 3 or 6 like USB docks?
No.
Oh wow. Okay, fair enough then.
Yeah, I played on a laptop when I first.
I mean, I can
started
totally
playing
get a fucking
StarCraft.
USB splitter. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do.
That's
but
top notch. I have to
then
go
it's
through.
gonna have to go on my mouse pad because I'm right-handed, and all the fucking
So-
USBs are on the right hand.
Do you have a wireless headset, Zander?
Me no.
No.
So you can't take us with you on your journey to
The center
the
of Earth.
bathroom? Yeah.
So for me to play Warcraft 3, I do not own Warcraft 3 Reforged.
I thought you did. I thought we bought that for you. Yeah.
Well, it's your birthday, so surprise.
But I own Warcraft 3, so I downloaded Battle.net, installed it, logged in, and I was like, oh fuck, I can't download Reforged. Well, when I go to download Warcraft 3, it launches me into Battle.net and downloads Reforged. It unlocks Reforged for me to download because my account recognizes then that I have Warcraft 3 owned on my account. But it doesn't recognize that until I try and use the initial launcher from my account. So I have to go through a huge hassle, but I got it. I figured out how it works.
Congrats, I guess. Also, we need to go through and play StarCraft at some point.
We can play some StarCraft sometime. I suck at it.
So do I.
I don't.
First ever Blizzard game.
Wow, imagine it not being Overwatch.
I got pretty good at Warcraft.
I mean, I made my account in 2010. I don't think Overwatch was even a glimmer in some developer that harassed people at work's eye at that point. So.
Yeah,
Dead
no.
number.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, anybody say anything? No, I'll start it back up. Oh, boy, it's like a group
I was waiting
presentation
for
all
the-
over
I
again.
was waiting for the ad break, honestly, for you to start reading off like a sponsor dialogue sheet or something.
Yeah, we got
I don't
sponsored.
have a sponsor. Oh, no, you're
Well,
right. I
make
do.
one
I
up.
did get a sponsorship for Zander's birthday.
Oh,
Aw.
You know what I got?
what's up?
One
hear you
second. I got to
Googling.
pull up the ad read.
Let-
Thanks
let
for
me
reminding
Google.
me.
What's his birthday present?
His birthday present is I gotta remember where the fuck.
Are you
is
gonna
it?
kill a tree clone?
Always, don't you know? His birthday present is happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Insert name. Do you? Happy birthday to you. And that's what this is sponsored by.
Xander. The insert name would be Xander.
Oh,
I'm
my
just-
bad. I was just reading off the
gonna
script.
help you on that.
I was just reading off the script I was given. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I apologize. I can do it again if you want me to.
Happy birthday, Xander.
I mean, yeah, go ahead. Do it again.
Let me just turn you
Keep
down
regretting
real
that
quick.
last
All right,
sentence,
you can do it.
Yeah, no, we don't have any sponsors.
Yet.
But we could.
Once the brand grows,
Be the first.
actually, in brand growing news, I did create a little thumbnail template overlay thing for if I play video games on YouTube.
Nice.
So
Are
that's a
we
thing.
going to be
You
on
should make a
Spotify?
LinkedIn profile. You know what I'm saying?
A what profile?
A LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
I have a LinkedIn profile. What is
I
wrong with
don't.
you? It's another way that I search for jobs.
We could
Can
make
you
it for the
make a
company. You know what I'm
Can
saying?
you make a LinkedIn
Mulligan.
profile for the podcast as a limited liability corporation or anything?
I wonder if you could. I mean, I'd have to LLC
I'm
this
sure.
thing.
I'm sure you could.
I mean,
but
yeah,
it
you'd
would
have to
be
LLC.
I mean, we're
incredibly-
definitely a liability.
And it's not limited.
I mean, yeah, I think we're all liabilities here.
No,
Oh, the results
eventually,
are pretty quiet.
we need to, I don't know, do something to grow this place. I just don't know, because I don't like making YouTube videos. What I need to do is just make clips and just take snippets from these things and just clip them.
Completely out of context, with no possible way to understand what we were talking about,
Yep.
Okay.
unless you click on the full video and get
Yep.
that sponsorship pumping.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You have to
We're
bait
trying
people
to
into
get
clicking
sponsors
for the
over
ad
here, bro.
revenue.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. That's how you make money in YouTube. It's the ads. Or, to be honest with you, you don't even have to run ads as long as people shill money at you. Same thing as Twitch.
But how do you make money, Mr. Zuckerberg? We run ads, Senator.
And we sell information, but you
Yeah.
know, it's a different thing.
But I don't ever expect this to give money out. I mean, to be honest with you, I could have 1,000 subscribers, and I don't know if I would monetize this, because half my videos would be demonetized because of the people I play with, and how all of us are about as great as sailors when it comes to cussing.
True. Yeah, you're right.
We can take this back to Sea of Thieves, the most unstreamable piece of
I
content you'll
find
ever have.
it so hard to believe that swearing can get you demonetized.
It does constantly, yeah.
Only if it's in the first, 60 seconds?
It's inconsistent. A lot of times it's within the first 60 seconds, but a lot of times it's also like you said a swear in the middle of the video. It's purely whatever stupid algorithm, if it picks it up or not. You know? A lot of times, though, yeah, it's the first 60 seconds that it checks now.
Yeah, I hit 1,000 subs back in 2015-ish on YouTube, and it was like, do you want to monetize? Congratulations, it's available. And I said, no, most of my videos are 2 minutes long. I'm not putting a 30-second ad on something that
2 minutes.
no
You don't have to do
one's
30 seconds. You can do 15 seconds.
Well, I think you had the choice of doing a longer one at the start, or it would possibly have multiple during the video. And I was like, no, we're just gonna opt out of all of that. I don't think monetization is for me.
That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of jumping ship from Twitch to some degree, because one, I mean, to be honest with you, this has been a better experience than Twitch has ever had. I can do polls, I can do all this stuff from the beginning. I can create user interaction easier.
I think for the broadcaster point of view, I think YouTube is a better experience, but Twitch still has a monopoly on the chatter experience.
I think so.
You can't beat the way that their chat works as someone trying to interact with hundreds of other people watching a guy yell at a computer game.
No, I agree 100% with that. I think interaction-wise, I think Twitch is. But my what I was going to get at is the way that they're kind of dicking streamers now. Is they're getting rid of all of the 70-30 splits that have been grandfathered in. They are pushing you to run longer ads constantly, every 30 minutes or something, which is just unacceptable in my opinion. Granted, to be honest with you, any of this stuff isn't really possible without a Patreon nowadays, from my general understanding. But at the end of the day, YouTube is all about thumbnails. That's the problem. That's the problem, is I don't do thumbnails well. I hate thumbnails. I think it's stupid. I hate clickbait titles. I hate thumbnails. I hate all these different things.
Are you missing any of your thumbnails?
What do you mean?
I don't have a left big toenail. I had it removed.
I will chug the rest of this Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale brewed with something orange peel, QR code scan to learn more, and then rinse and repeat. I swear. Yeah. No, I don't know. A lot of times, I've told Zander, it's this podcast for me is just archival stuff. It's to be honest with you, it's for the Discord that we're a part of. If one or two of these people in the Discord come by and watch and they listen to it and enjoy it,
I mean this in the nicest way possible, but you guys put me to sleep when I listen to the podcast.
That's perfect. I mean, that's what I want to hear. When I listen to a podcast, it's either, if I tend to either listen to podcasts while I'm doing cleaning, stuff like that. In that case, it's in the background and I hear it and I listen to what they're talking about and blah, 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 blah. But a lot of times it's in the background, and I used to listen to them while falling asleep because that's what I want. It's the type of thing where I don't like YouTube videos that scream constantly either. It's just my personal preference.
You can fall asleep to your own voice, bro.
I didn't listen to these podcasts. No, I can't even watch these things. You kidding me? You know how long it took me to get used to being able to when I was starting to test audio and get super audio focused with microphones? Mm-hmm. You know how long it took me to get comfortable to listen to myself in the feedback loop? It took me a long time. It's awful.
I feel you. I don't like
it's terrible
either. Fuck that.
I wasn't even a perfection. I wasn't doing this out of some sense of perfectionism, but it drove me up the wall trying to record voiceover for YouTube videos back in 2014, 2015 when it was just gameplay and I was trying to talk over it because I just hated the sound of my own voice. And I thought no one would ever want to listen to it.
Yeah, no, it's awful. I mean, your voice.
Well, I figured that.
No, I mean, I feel you, though. I fucking hate hearing myself.
I thought he was about to double down.
I mean, it's okay. I've muted Tristan at times when he gets really excited and it just gets out of hand, and I'm like, it's a little too much for me. So if he does the same to me, no hard feelings.
I mean, it's for everybody in Discord, right? I mean, that's one of the beauties of being over voice text in an online platform, right? Instead of getting the duct tape out like you have to in real life, you can just mute somebody for a little bit and just calm down and come back into the conversation.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that, but there you go, bringing it up.
What? The duct tape?
Stop.
Duck tails?
Yeah.
No, Duck
DuckTales.
Hunt. Decent video game.
I still have
Great
not
game.
actually watched the new DuckTales with
Neither
David
have I.
Tennant. I keep wanting to every time I hear about it, and I'm just never finding the time.
So, can you look at chat, Zander? You got someone trying to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh.
I don't normally look at the chat during these podcasts, but that needs to happen.
Wait, yeah, hold on. You're on Twitch right now, right?
What?
Somebody
Are
slapped.
you on Twitch?
No, I'm on
Oh.
YouTube.
Oh,
We just had a
yeah.
30-minute conversation about this. Xander's forced me by gunpoint to go on YouTube.
I've been trying to find our fucking.
Is you not a link?
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my god, he's been browsing Twitch wondering why you're not
Oh my
live.
god, there's the link.
And it took him how
I
long
found
to
it.
say anything about it?
He was adamant. that
This
he was
man
just-
really
he
had
was
to
just
make sure.
missing it.
Oh man, that's funny.
What level of desperation
so
you gotta
funny.
be,
Hey,
Tristan?
hey, I just clicked on it. Started streaming 69 minutes ago. I believe that calls for a
Nice.
celebratory drink for those of you who.
I have it now. I found
Drinking
Enjoy
the
that.
not water.
I thought we were still on Twitch.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, your poll is literally what's everyone drinking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I just said not water.
good.
I was drinking water, but
How
I'm
do you
not.
make the poll get out of
I mean, I'm
my
drinking
way so I can read
Miller
the chat?
Lite.
If
I mean,
you
it's technically
click the
water.
top right, you can click on the three
there
dots
we
and hit
go.
close poll. It took me a second to do that too,
Gotcha.
because the person who put it, I can't vote, because that would be rigging the system, now wouldn't it?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I'm like, the last one was a month ago. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're streaming 70 minutes ago. Unlucky.
Unlucky. Oh,
Right.
Closing
man.
the stream.
Yeah, everyone pack up, take your stuff, let's go. We gotta leave now.
A nice moment is over.
But no, so, I mean, let's see. What else do we got? Anything else in you guys' lives? I got stuff to talk about.
Oh.
Go on.
Well,
Hit
first
us.
of all, sure, I'll respond. You know what I mean? What is everyone's favorite soft drink? Let's go with that.
Does Miller Lite count?
That's not a soft drink.
it's a,
I
it's
mean,
a
it
light
is in
beer.
Russia.
I mean, I've got the cop-out answer, so if anyone has a more impressive thing they want to try and persuade people is the best soft drink. I just I don't drink them. I've never liked them.
I love them because they're pure sugar. I don't drink them often anymore. I would say if we're talking like not generic, but like, you know,
National brand name.
it'd be Dr. Pepper for me. But at the end of the day, ginger beer. I don't know if you guys would constitute that a soft drink though or not.
You know what?
Is it
will.
carbonated?
I will.
Yes.
I mean, it's basically
Well,
it's
there you
basically
go.
ginger ale, but I mean, so is Miller Lite. Miller Lite's carbonated. Does that count?
Oh
The
my
fuck?
god. Oh my god.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
It's,
what was I gonna say?
it's not
No, like,
carbonated. It's fermented.
You
It's
give them an
different.
inch and they take a foot, dude.
Oh my goodness.
I grew up in a household where my mom was adamant that I didn't, do certain things that were going to lead to possibly unhealthy living habits, and
Yeah.
she just never let me have soft drinks, and I never got used to them, and now I think they're just gross. I don't
mean,
like the way
I
they.
like pop sometimes. I have to be in the right mood. Or
I have to
mix
be
it with
in
liquor.
gremlin mode.
I mean,
mood.
if you mix it with liquor, I mean, I'll probably drink
See,
it. But
I like ginger beer because it packs a punch. It's spicy. It's all these different things, right? Normally non-alcoholic because that's normally better flavor. Fever Tree, I think, is probably the best ginger beer there is. It's also one of the more expensive ones. But the biggest thing for me that I like about like normal soft drinks, though, like you can get in a 2-liter, is just gremling it out. You buy a Little Caesars, $5 pizza. Buy
No,
a
you don't.
2-liter thing of root beer, cream soda, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, blah, 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 blah. And you just drink 1,000 calories and you eat 5,000 calories.
I don't eat shit.
I mean,
Like, if I drink a 2-liter of pop, that's my calories for the day.
I think it's like
I
a
had
very
bowl of
regional
pasta
drink.
today, and that was ooh.
There's a soft drink from North Carolina called Cheerwine. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
Cheerwine's good as fuck. I feel you.
anywhere else in the country, but like some of the southern states.
I think it's mostly a southern thing, buddy.
But one of my high school buddies that I did marching band with, he would mix Cheerwine and root beer, and he called it Cheer Beer, and that was his preferred disgusting cocktail of
That
syrupy.
doesn't sound good though.
I don't know. He was very determined to spread
I do like Cheerwine.
the love
Cheerwine,
of cheer
Alex.
beer.
It's like it's like Red Pop by Faygo, essentially.
That's not bad, but
But it's like a mixture of Red Pop and a mixture of Red Pop and Dr. Pepper. If I had
That
to like
doesn't sound
explain it, it's not bad.
Alex is a
It's
Dr. Pepper
strange.
purist.
It's like okay, so it's like Dr. Pepper in the way that it has a lot of tastes. It's like vanilla and like cherries and stuff. I don't fucking know.
listen,
It's weird.
If we're talking about the best soft drink clone,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a purist. You know the Coke vending machine or
No.
soda ones?
Yeah.
If you do the strawberry in Dr. Pepper, it is amazing.
What? Why would
Yeah.
you? Oh, I've never tried that. No. But that would mean it had 8 different flavors then. Oh my god.
Are
Sounds
you a
good.
sip stealer clone?
A sip stealer? What?
Like when you go to one of those things where you fill up your own soft drink, do you like just continually fill it up over and over while you're like
While I'm there.
popping it off? Yeah.
You mean like just going over and refilling your drink a bunch of
But
times?
like if you go into a place,
It's one of
and
those fancy
you,
ones,
you
yeah.
pay
'cause I
for
want to know what I'm
you
getting.
pay for something, and
Yeah.
it's like, hey, you paid $3 for the drink, and you go over and like fill half of it, drink that, and then refill the whole thing.
Half
again.
of it? No. I what I will do. This is something I used to do. I don't do it so much anymore because I've been trying to be more health mindful, so I won't do it anymore. Which is why I don't buy sodas from like McDonald's or anything like that. Well, okay, McDonald's because it's $1, but other places where it charges like $3 for like a pop, I'm like, that's like a 3,000% profit because it costs you like 3 cents per drink. That ain't nothing. I know these at least
Honestly,
back
the
when I
cups
did.
cost them way more than anything else.
Yeah, the cups do. But when I was doing that, yeah, I would fill up my soda all the way, and then right before I left, I'd fill it up again and then leave.
Yeah.
And if I was there
do
for an
that
extended
too.
period of time, I would just keep on refilling it over and over again, and I would never quite understand why
Especially
anyone would
fast
go to
food
large.
places. Fuck that. Of course, if I'm gonna fucking take a drink home, I'm gonna refill it. Fuck it.
But at the same time, I'd rather just
As
go
a
to a.
cook, they aren't losing money.
I feel like the answer is going to be no, unless Gazorp is going to surprise me.
Mhm.
Are any of you guys like road trippers? Do you just like getting in your car and driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I am. Yeah.
I used to be, not really anymore.
I mean-
drive for work, so no.
Well, there you go.
I still want to buy a motorcycle. I mean, I have my motorcycle's endorsement. I got to get
Fox.
re-licensed
Fox,
soon, but
I've been to
Um,
like 43 states in all the provinces in Canada. Like I mean, I've traveled when I was young. It just didn't matter because I was young.
I mean, my biggest thing is I just like driving. I mean, I think it's relaxing. It's nice.
I fucking
If I had a
hate
better
people
car, I would be doing
drive.
it a lot. But I mean, right now I have a gas guzzler,
People
and
piss me off.
it's fine. I mean, you don't go in the city. You go out in the like literally. For me, it takes 20 minutes, and I'm suddenly in farm country, and I just
I
drive
live
over
in
there.
Metro Detroit, clone.
I live in Metro Portland.
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, like
about which one's a
50%
lot
of his
bigger?
50% of his roads are just bike paths.
Yeah, like half of your roads aren't even lit.
And what do you mean by aren't even
I gotta
lit?
deal with people no matter what time of night it is.
So do I over here. What is wrong with you? I mean, first of all, you're not in Metro Detroit. You're in the suburbs, but I'm pretty darn sure.
It's Metro Detroit. That's literally what that.
I know it's Portland metro area is what ours is. Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
What's the name of your local public transportation?
ours
I
or
don't even
his?
know up here because I don't
Smart?
use ours.
Smart.
Smart, yeah, it is smart. He's
Interesting.
right. It is smart. I don't use that shit. I'd use the fucking buses in Knoxville, but I never use the buses up here. Buses up here are scary.
They sure fucking are, bro.
Dude, I've never used a bus up here. I've never used a bus until I moved down south. And I was just like, you people are insane for using these. And then the buses down south were nice. I was like, oh, this isn't bad.
Mhm.
I've had some good conversations.
It's a better
Up here,
name
though,
than,
not risking it, man. Not fucking risking it.
Up
Especially
here,
the
you
crash.
look the wrong way, you're getting stabbed.
Alex, can we go on? Can we do this? Can we do this for your bachelor party? We just all go on the fucking smart bus and crash
No.
it.
Tell me we get
You want to
lost
get?
and be never
He
found
literally,
again.
he's literally asking you, "Hey, you want to get stabbed in public transportation the day before your wedding?"
Yeah.
Oh
This
my
motherfucker thinks he
goodness.
can walk everywhere, dude.
Look, we got squat up. It's fine. Numbers,
I
baby.
mean, public transportation
Do
in
it in
most
numbers.
areas are just kind of sketchy.
No,
Regretfully,
I'm-
I mean,
I'm
they're normally pretty
specifically
okay.
Talking about the worst
but-
one that is around us.
Gotcha. Over
It's
here,
bad.
normally the worst thing you're gonna get is just a couple of crazy homeless people.
Knoxville buses weren't that bad. I mean, I'd just sit down and fucking plug in my headphones and not worry about shit.
When you say crazy homeless people, like,
I'm talking like the
Ooh.
ones that talk to themselves and then try to talk to everyone on the bus and then gets mad at being ignored and then starts throwing a hissy fit and then security comes in and takes them off.
okay,
Yeah, that's
so
how I
I lived
imagine a lot of our
in
bus people are.
I lived in Midtown Savannah for 2 years. It was by no means a slum, but it was not like a nice place of part of town, right? And the city's laid out in a very old-fashioned grid. Like everything is right angles. Streets are just numbered.
Yeah.
And the apartment that I was renting was right on the street. I mean, I think I've told this story before in the Discord, but the first week I was there was a police stop outside my apartment, and I could have reached out off my porch and touched the cop car. Like, that's how close I was to the street.
Oh my goodness.
It was kind of claustrophobic in that sense, but it was nice because I could walk everywhere.
Yep.
I walked a mile to the grocery store. I carried my bags back in my hands, and I had no need for a car. I could walk to class. I could walk down to the historic district of the city if I wanted to go get something to eat and just hang out. I could walk down to the Savannah River and watch the giant cargo ships scare little children when they were signaling for the horn to be blown. If you've never actually witnessed one of I'm sure
They're
have
loud
phones
as
'cause
shit.
you're-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually kind of frightening if you're not prepared for it.
No.
If you're not aware that it's about to get blown, it is very, very startling. But anyway, the whole point of me setting up my backstory of living in Savannah, there were some people that would probably qualify for your definition of crazy homeless people. I don't know if they were homeless or not, but I grew my hair out very long because I was lazy and whatever and didn't want to pay to get my hair cut. So I had past my shoulder length hair. And being a skinny 6 foot plus white guy with glasses and a little goatee that was unkempt as all get out because I took absolutely no care of my facial hair beyond, cutting it when it got too long for my own personal annoyance. I had a woman come up to me when I was in the grocery store, and she was very certain that I was Jesus, and she wanted me to come to her church. And trying to get away from that encounter without being rude to her, not because I was worried about offending her, but I didn't want her to start raising her voice and causing a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one of the harder things I've had to do. Try to placate someone who's convinced that you're a religious figure. I did not, in fact, go to her church.
Why not? That would have been fun. You could have gotten. Never mind.
I mean, I'm sure she was a very wonderful person who believes in all sorts of things that aren't real. But, yeah. So I started making sure my hair was,
interesting.
was tied back and did not embody the stereotypical Western depiction of Jesus.
Ooh, he's being PC. Ooh, look at him.
I mean, if you want, I can draw a picture of the Prophet Muhammad and get the podcast, canceled and whatever. I can do these things,
Please
but
don't. I like my life.
There you go.
No, I had a friend that had that happen to quite a lot, and he was of the Jewish faith, and it pissed him off every single time.
Was he ethnically Jewish or just like
both?
Okay.
Yeah, his family grew him up pretty hardcore Jewish as well, so he was absolutely pissed off every single time someone told him that he looked like Jesus. Or like you said, the Western depiction of Jesus. It was interesting to see because he had to deal with it a lot, right? He probably had to deal with it as much as I had to deal with, and still have to deal with, old ladies coming up to touch my red hair.
Did they think you were the devil?
No, they think it's beautiful. Okay, I have had people tell me, "You're the devil." Me, and I'll look at them and be like, "Get over here. Get away. Get away from me." But the old ladies would always come over and be like, "You have the most beautiful hair. My son used to have that hair when he was your age." And it's just like, okay, I am 25 now, or 24, going on 25. I do not need some old lady coming up and asking me to bend down so she can touch my hair. It's a little weird.
I mean, yeah, probably in Oregon that would classify as weird. I feel like in some of the southern states that would just
the
be
hospitality,
like,
yeah.
Oh, bless your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And no, Tristan, Marlon Brando is not Gone with the Wind guy. That's Clark Gable.
Fuck. Sorry. Look, alright. I'm not a boomer like you. I'm sorry.
Wow.
We almost made it through the podcast without me getting labeled, but hey,
apparently, yeah.
It's okay.
I can't believe you do this. I can't believe you do this, Tristan, to our biggest fan. Okay,
Look,
he's the only one that watches these things day in and day out. He has them on repeat. He openly admits to sleeping with them on the background, which is one of the most complimented things I have ever heard.
Hey, I said it puts me to sleep.
And I said you sleep with it in the background. We can feel this two different ways, okay? Because if you fall asleep with it on, then you're watching it in the background while you're sleeping, and that's a great compliment.
It's not a bad thing. I mean, it's just
no, it's not. It means our voice is soothing. It means, as per usual, everyone calls me. I have a good radio voice.
And then Zander starts talking, and I wake up in
pure rage.
Sweat.
Oh,
pure rage all the time. Every time Zander speaks, pure rage.
No, not at all. I like Zander.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're not bio.
I'm happy that I'm happy it's
See, that's a response I expected.
Congratulations to our friend for surviving another year on this earth.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. This is where if he drank, I would offer him I'll pay for his next beer. But he doesn't drink. I'll have to buy him some Pepsi later.
I'm just gonna buy him some weed when he comes up.
Well, I'm glad Zander does not drink. That means that I don't have to worry about supplying him with alcohol when we go to these things.
True. Oh, God.
What?
Oh,
nothing. I'm just reading the chat. I swear, Doug has asked so many questions. And by golly, I will answer them to the end of the world because it gives us content.
How much can Clone Bench?
I have just had this exact argument with my WoW guild.
What is the favorite Star movie wars?
First, you have to define which are actual Star Wars movies and which are just abominations that you don't want to acknowledge.
Hold on. Are we including Clone Wars like as a series?
No, as a series, no series. That's like asking, does Star Wars Rebels count when it counts to a movie? No, it is unless you're talking about Star Wars the movie. Or the Clone Wars, the movie,
so
then we can talk about that.
1 through 9. We're talking 1 through 9.
1 through 9. I can't believe there's 9 of them because we only recognize there's 6.
I mean,
there are 6.
There are 6 of them.
Yeah, I know.
But actually, technically, there's 7, Vox, in my opinion, because you have the Clone Wars movie.
It's I watched that once, and I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of it back then because I just wasn't into the animated style.
The animated style is the only thing that really gets me.
And I think it's so weird because I think if I watched it now, I would enjoy it.
I liked it.
But back then, it just rubbed me the wrong way, and I just never got into it. I never got into the Clone Wars animated series.
Well, I'm not talking about the animated series. I'm talking about the movie.
Just in general, I never got into that when it was current.
Do you know what the one I'm talking about? The one that came out before the Star Wars Clone Wars series. They made a Clone Wars animated show. I can try to find it here.
But,
it was like in the style of like Samurai Jack, pretty much is the best way to describe
No,
it.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and that one I really liked
because
but
because of that style at that point in my life, I just did not want to. Like, I didn't like it.
I don't know. Movie wise, honestly, 2 or 3, but I don't know. Okay, does Rogue One and Han
Tristan
Solo
just
count?
enjoys the love story, is what I'm reading.
I personally think there are 8, like Doug says. There's Rogue One and Han Solo. Han Solo's a little meh, but it was still better than 8.
I didn't watch
7, 8,
Han Solo.
9.
I've never seen Rogue One or Solo, and frankly,
I kind of watched Rogue One.
I don't really want to.
If you wanted to
But
watch
not really.
any of the new ones that have
sure
come out,
they are-
Rogue One is probably the best one they've come out
I'm
with.
sure they are perfectly wonderful films in their own right. But I'm just I can't escape it. Tristan's right. I'm a boomer, man. I grew up with Star Wars having its own expanded universe, and then
Yep,
Disney
same.
came along and just blasted all that canon out of a bigger
Yeah,
canon.
well,
and
yeah, no, I agree.
It took me
I
10
mean,
years
like I
to get
said,
used to it.
I did
Fox.
like.
It took me 10
dude,
years.
They shot a Sun Crusher torpedo into my childhood, and it went supernova, and I just like, oh, I'm sorry.
I think though my favorite one would have to be
You cut out.
I'm debating because I'd like to say the Clone Wars. That's a shit movie.
Clone Wars was good. Don't get me
It
wrong.
was terrible.
But it was also bad. But
Or
we
the
liked
Clones
it for our
Attack, whatever the heck
childhood.
it's called.
Attack of the Clones?
Attack of the Clones. Yeah, see, that's how little I
Your
care
name
for it.
is.
But have
literally
you got a
Are
reason
you
for that?
fucking kidding
I
me?
If
just
you say
didn't
if you
like-
say the love story, I mean, I don't really agree with you, but hey, man, if
I
you
just
think it's
didn't
better than
like-
Twilight,
The pacing. I didn't like the way that it was paced. It felt too in and out, back and forth. If that makes sense. I liked
It was,
everything
like,
that had to
slow
do
fast.
with like Obi-Wan,
Slow fast.
I
and
think
like
that was the
with
entire prequel
Camino,
trilogy.
and
The
with
entire prequel trilogy
had
was
bad
just
pacing.
like
Yeah.
go here,
Yeah.
cut scene to no. It was
And that's
just
where,
you
like,
trying to
That's where, like, I still will probably say the Attack of the Clones is it's not really my favorite, though, because if anything, to be honest with you, I really, really like the moral end of, episode 6.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
well,
that-
when Anakin gets redeemed.
Yeah.
Luke,
yeah,
I
yeah.
am your father.
That one,
Are you-
it kind of always gave me that hope where, even if you make a mistake in your life or several, 1,000 younglings killed mistakes, you can still feel bad about it and still feel the guilt and still try to do good. And,
Yeah.
all
To
that
respond
jazz.
to respond to Doug real fast, I was 14 when Revenge of the Sith was in theaters, and I cringed so hard because there were just so many moments that were just they're like the little bickering back and forth with the battle droids when they were on Grievous's ship at the beginning.
Mhm.
I was just like, really? Are we a cartoon now? Like, we've just gone full tilt, everything's Jar Jar-esque? Like, really?
Well, that's kind of how battle droids became. Yeah, that's what they turned into.
I get it, but to an 8-year-old, when the Phantom Menace came out, battle droids were this really cool thing, and I didn't look at them as comedic relief. I looked at them as like they were this badass fighting force, and obviously that's not what they were. But
To be honest with you, battle droids.
Well,
to
I
me,
mean, I don't know.
I've always
I feel
felt
like
battle
ever
droids as
since
being.
one, they were that way. Yeah.
they're just cannon fodder.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is I've never seen them as being like, oh my god, they're so good. The only
They've always
time.
been
The only
garbage,
thing that
just-
gives me nightmares to this day are Super Battle Droids, and that's purely because Republic Commando, the video game.
Yeah,
Because
for
when you
sure.
first get introduced to them, they will fuck you up. You are their bitch, and it's just funny as shit. Because
Ooh,
in
hold on.
the movies, it's like, they're nothing. Then suddenly you're not a Jedi, and it's like, oh my god.
Since
I
we're
will
on the
agree.
topic of Star Wars, what about Star Wars Jedi Survivor?
Good game.
Pretty good.
I've never
I
played
think
it.
it's gonna be really fucking good.
Oh, is it not out
Oh, you
yet?
mean Fallen Order? Okay, I thought you meant.
No.
Fallen.
He means the new one. He means Jedi,
Jedi
Survivor.
Survivor, buddy.
It's gonna be good, except
Oh.
for a $70 price tag because EA.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh,
But-
do I have to be the devil's
Dude, the
advocate here and say
customization
that?
actually
No,
looks
no, we've had this
really good.
conversation. I just don't like
Okay.
change. Okay.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah.
We're all Steam users here. We all wait till it goes on 90%.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's fine.
Yeah.
Favorite movie score is what we got next, clone.
Well, I want to talk about.
We're letting Doug dictate the flow here.
I don't
and
know about
I
that
think-
one. I mean, that is an interesting topic that which we can get into a little bit, but
But the Dark Knight is an amazing soundtrack.
The Dark Knight. Is
I have that
fucking-
on my phone actually.
Yeah,
Dude,
you know,
that
I guess we're
movie
on the movie
period is
topic.
so phenomenal.
movie score.
I just wanted to mention the Survivor because it looks really good and the customization looks phenomenal. Movie scores. The Fast and the Furious, the first one. Is that what you're talking about, Doug? That better be the first one, I swear.
Oh, my-
Or just generally.
I prefer like traditional orchestrated film scores. I'm not
Yeah.
really so much into the ones where they have a modern like artist come in and do like a synthwave soundtrack or something. It's like,
I think the only
The
one I've
Dark
really
Knight was so-
ever listened to would be Star Wars soundtracks, all 6 of them.
I enjoy the soundtracks in movies that I watch, but for me to want to listen to it as a standalone experience without like the film, it kind of has to be orchestrated. I'm trying to
I'm
think.
trying to think.
The complete, I forgot what the term for it is, but like there are versions of the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings trilogy soundtracks.
Yeah.
Well, you have the commercial soundtracks which were released when the movies came out, right? And then you have like Ultimate Edition is not the right word, but like it's literally the score as played in the film. Like the cuts are the same. It's not the same as the preset orchestrated music he wrote.
I do have to say, anything with Hans Zimmer is usually just fire. Honestly.
The Pirate soundtracks are amazing. The Modern Warfare 2 soundtrack is amazing. Halo, the original Halo games.
Oh yeah,
Or
I mean
one
the
more.
Halo games
We're talking
are
about like 1 through 3.
Reach was also good.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
I love the Reach soundtrack. It was
Anything
fantastic.
after that, though, fuck it.
ODST was nice.
Oh,
and, like,
ODST was so
depressing.
good.
It was depressing and
So
moody,
good.
and the soundtrack was just so good for it.
It fit the game so well. I think all of the Halo soundtracks are great, up until Reach, where I mean, like including
I don't know,
Reach,
Reach
but
was
that's
still
it.
really good.
And Reach is the end of them because 4. I mean, even 4 and 5 are okay, but they're too not
Ooh.
the same. As it doesn't match the thing, in my opinion. I think though, out of all of the video game soundtracks, I still absolutely love Stardew Valley soundtrack. It's so simple, it's so great, and it's the greatest thing to fall asleep to. I that's my go-to if I have insomnia. Is just turn that on.
The Kingdom Hearts soundtrack. Is
Oh,
pretty
that's a
good.
good one. Yeah, and that one's a
You
good
know,
one.
mine used to be when I was a
I didn't
kid.
even think about that.
Banjo Kazooie.
Yep.
Banjo Kazooie is also really fucking great.
Dude, I remember sitting at Alex's house fucking mashing buttons on Banjo Kazooie.
Oh,
I think it was
dude.
Banjo 2.
There was like 8 of us trying. We just cycled that controller between all of us, and none of us could fucking do it.
I still need to
Dude,
finish the
I
original.
think Sal got it finally, but that was the only one.
You know, maybe I'll do that this week. Maybe I'll just chill and just play some Banjo Kazooie and just stream that. Maybe that'll give me the motivation. And you were just 8 people couldn't do button mashing. Is that what I just heard?
No.
Yes,
the
yeah,
Xbox
dude,
port,
it was
Xbox
real
port of
bad.
Banjo Tooie
Mhm.
when you're on the rail cars. That is horrible.
Is it? Oh,
Dude, it was awful.
Like, you've got 8 high school boys who can't mash one button that quick. Yeah, my ass.
Dude, that port was fucking garbage.
In Mortal
There's
Kombat,
no way. It was like you, me, demo, fucking Colin.
in Mortal Kombat, there's a thing
Oh, it was interesting.
called Break the Anvil or a Feat of Strength, something like that, where there's 10 levels of button mashing to break this anvil. I shit you not. I thought level 9 and 10. I was like, am I dumb? Do I not know how to mash a button? Am I clearly insane? Am I the worst at button mashing? Like, what is happening? I struggled for so long before I got it, and I was like, Okay. There's no way I'm this bad.
Dude, yeah, we were literally just passing shit around. That shit was rough. Mashing buttons is a pain in the ass.
Oh, it's
Hate it.
easy. It's so fun. It breaks anything you're using. I was the type of person where if I was button mashing, if I played like I used to play the same games over and over and over again because that's what I had to do.
That was how me
play
and
video
Duncan
games.
used to fight in NHL. Is we just but like it was the stick, so we just slammed the stick forward, and that's how we got broken stick.
Button masher.
And then I would just break my controllers, and then I realized I should stop button
Is
mashing.
button masher not a genre anymore?
Duncan was way
I don't think so,
worse
no.
than I ever was. Duncan
like
used
that
to
used to be
fucking
its
be
own thing.
slamming.
No, they just call it
bro.
fighting now.
Oh, okay.
Call it fighting.
Shout outs to Damien.
I was gonna say playing Havoc Demon Hunter. You just
Zander, you got a message.
control the keyboard, but
No,
What do you
man,
want
it's
to do?
good.
Alt tab? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Zander doesn't look at PC parts. He doesn't have money for it.
Only when he's trying to build a PC for a friend or something like that.
Yeah, I don't look at PC parts unless I have a reason to. I don't have a message.
Let's see what.
I mean, no, you did in fucking the YouTube thing
what?
Oh.
from Douglas.
Oh.
Here, Vox, you have one now.
Oh my
From
god.
Douglas.
Okay, we don't need to.
What PC parts should people be keeping an eye on right now? CPUs, motherboards, and video cards. Deals, ladies and gentlemen. If you see a deal on a motherboard or video card or CPU that is like right up your alley or something, or for a next build, right now, fucking deals are really, really crazy. I mean, we're seeing deals as high as like 65, 70% on some things, knocking them down really hard. We've also seen good deals of like $200, $300 off video cards. So deals. Look out for deals right now because everything is kind of fucked in the money game.
I mean, is this something like even if I have no real need to upgrade?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the part, yeah. But I mean, like, for example, let's say you're going to be upgrading by the end of this year, right? And you see a Z790 motherboard that's like $250 off. Yeah, pick that up. Fucking do it. If you see a video card, you can slap that shit in now. So if you find a 4000 series card that's like $400 off, that's affordable, pick it up. It goes to the next build.
Ain't got that kind of money.
But yeah, for RAM, power supplies, and I would even go as far as saying cases, and as well as controller hubs right now, fans, all that stuff. I don't think it's important. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a deal that's going to be very revolutionary in those sectors right now. I think everything else, though, keep your eye on. If you plan on upgrading relatively soon, or even it's in the path. If upgrading's on your path currently, definitely be open to those deals right now.
I just rebuilt my computer last year because my motherboard died. So I don't really know. I don't know when I'm next gonna actually like upgrade stuff.
Clone's living the dream. He just upgraded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the secret then? Don't have a job, you can upgrade your computer.
I don't know how
Fucking
Clone is.
apparently, I mean, he has money though, so it doesn't.
Go to
So,
the bathroom.
compared to me, when I quit, it's just like
Also,
Well,
I just
I have
noticed
this
for
much
the
money.
first time, why does his clone helmet have a carrot on the side?
holy shit!
Oh, I know
I've been
why.
Fucking thinking about that for you. What?
I've never even noticed that.
On stream while he's gone, his nickname used to be Cutie Carrot.
Oh, because the redhead.
Yeah.
Good.
I think
I'm
I see
glad I
a
know
forcible name change in the
I don't
Discord
think I've
happening.
ever. Oh my god! Do we just all change our names?
Or a new role. Should assign him a new Discord role.
He has one, trust me.
Why are you talking
I
about my
think he
roles?
does.
I'm guessing.
Because you're roleplay. I don't know.
What?
None of
Are you-
us.
are you not a
No,
role
he
player?
He already has cutie.
No. I don't
No,
like.
because
What?
he asked about the carrot on the side of your helmet.
Oh, he asked about the carrot on the side of my. Oh God, did you guys tell him already?
Yeah.
Thank
course.
God I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, we broke the news to him without having you around.
Weren't
Welcome.
we a Cutie Carrot themed Discord at one point?
No. Was
No?
I? Oh no, was
Oh.
I or did we have a cutie
I
carrot
mean,
theme?
you
Did we have a
probably were.
theme for it?
No,
I don't think we have.
I don't
Oh,
think we've
shit.
had a cutie carrot.
I'm
Discord
pretty
theme.
sure we had a cutie theme.
We did have a cutie theme where everyone had a cutie theme, and I was forcibly changed into cutie carrot and got my name Pink. Yes, and it's now become my part of identity. Man, I cannot believe the origin story of that bullshit. Fucking pisses me off more than anything else.
Clone, if anybody here can relate to ginger problems, it's me.
I was born with red hair. Like it was strawberry blonde, but it was red.
No, mine was like red. Like, I say red. It's
If
not
I'm-
anymore, but
If I'm in sunlight, like full sunlight, my beard is blondish red.
my beard is literally straight orange. It looks like I dipped my beard in Cheetos.
Oh, did you?
No.
No, he smells like liquor for that, you know? If it was real, you'd smell cheese. No, it's just Miller. Right, Tristan?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Miller Lite, the soft drink?
I mean, I
The
think it
soft
is.
drink?
I
It's
think
not.
it is.
It's not. I was told by a certain individual in chat, whose my source will not be disclosed, that a soft drink by definition is non-alcoholic.
Doug.
No.
That's bullshit.
There you go. Miller Lite does not count as one.
Well, then I gotta go with Coke because it's the best mixer for most liquor.
As someone who doesn't drink alcohol, I'm pretty certain that Miller Lite is non-alcoholic.
I mean, it tastes like it has.
might
It
as
does
well be
not
water.
make you drunk.
No, I just hold a buzz. Takes a lot of effort to get drunk off of just Miller Lite. Let me tell you.
Like 20 bottles? Like, what are we talking here?
We're talking like, yeah, like a whole case. You get drunk? Yeah.
Huh.
Steve changed these stats.
I mean, you do need a game show segment.
I think that would be funny as
important.
shit. That would be
Game
really
show.
interesting.
You can theme it towards something the guest would know, and they have to get the trivia right.
Oh, that would be interesting. That would be kind of cool. A little trivia game. Yeah.
That would be
I'd be
kind
down.
of fun.
That would be
We have
nice.
the poll system to do it through too.
We
I'd
do
be
have the
down.
poll system to do it. I can do that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we have my Jeopardy game all set up. Oh no, we don't. Sorry.
No, you
Never
don't.
mind.
I'm sure you deleted that, and I'm sure that got deleted in my reformat.
That's okay. I can rebuild.
It's not that hard to rebuild. We can also just use
Hold
the
a lot of
Jeopardy
things, Doug.
website. I hope you know that's the thing.
That's what we used last time.
Oh yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. We could also just have instead of a Jeopardy, just like I said, do the poll system. Well, the problem with the poll system is I can't tell who's done it. We'd have to. I don't know.
I think you just need to ask your guests 5 questions about something they might know about.
Yeah, but what if you don't have a guest?
But that's your problem then, isn't it?
True. I just gotta yell at Zander and Alex. I'll take it. You know, I gotta get my strength out somehow. You know,
Xander doesn't know any trivia.
he knows a lot of trivia.
Yeah,
Apparently,
if
he
you
knows.
ask him anything about boomer knowledge.
Vox,
he'll fucking know.
Vox. Remember when we did movie trivia based on pictures?
I remember spending an hour having to listen to Bio excitedly exclaim he knew what the movie was and be wrong like every single time.
And then we pop up like we'll see one frame of a picture and I'll be like, this is it. This is it. Like, how do you know
Hey,
that? Like,
hey,
it's
hey.
from this scene. I remember.
To be fair, I got several of those that you didn't
You did.
know.
You did. Me and you were in the runnings back and forth. Like was there for a bit, then he fell off.
Yeah, but he's like 12, so
He's like
understandable.
12.
He plays shooters with a controller.
Bro, he
He's
plays
in
Call of
what?
Duty.
He's a child.
What?
True.
Did you just...
He
Did he
plays
really-
FPS games with a controller. Yes.
Why?
if I knew the answer to that, I could make a lot of money.
You've known this man for how long?
I can't remember when I met him. 2017? I don't remember.
You've known
I
him
think
for
it-
6 years, and
I think it was an
don't know why he
Easton. I
plays
think it was
this
an
fucking
Easton
controller.
stream. I'm pretty sure is where I met him.
Why the fuck does man play FPS with the controller?
Some people are dumb.
Like, I can play, like, Madden with a controller. I can play, like, because I can only play Madden with a controller. Even Zander can attest to that.
Oh, wait, aren't you a keyboard Madden user?
No, we can't be.
You can't, he literally can't be.
The
I thought you
mouse.
tried it.
I tried it for a while. It's too much. Too much of a pain.
But, like, Madden, like, God of War, I'll play on a controller because it's, like, nostalgia more or less. But, like, any other game, fucking what?
I don't
Playing it on
partake
console.
I don't
Controllers
partake
have
in
their
any
purpose.
controller, but
I
the
guess
one
it
I
has
play
their
the most
purpose.
is
Ooh,
Dark
Fall
Souls.
Guys. Fall Guys is
I don't know how you
another
play Dark Souls with a controller. That makes no sense to me.
I hear that like using controller is better, but I've just never done it.
I've never done. I barely play on controller because I don't have an Xbox controller because my brother took all of them. And so it's just I have a Switch controller, but regretfully nothing translates into Switch talk, you know. And so it's
You
just
can,
easier.
USB A to C your Pro controller and PC.
Oh, I do that. Yeah, I know, but nothing
Yeah.
like what I'm trying to get at is you have to use the Steam overface, which is fine, but it doesn't like in true Dark Souls fashion, right? If it says A, it's not A on, Switch.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
guys, what about fucking Omega Strikers coming out? 27th?
I know it's when we get to quit FPS.
It's we.
I'm
We're
excited
try-
for is Apex Grind coming this week,
Oh yeah.
this fall, when me and Alex will stream Apex and we will be not watched.
If I
Wait.
can start getting fucking kills
I get
in
it.
that game,
Do I get a
might
choice?
fuck you.
What do you
I
mean?
can deal damage.
Just,
but I
like
get to
if my
lose.
choices are playing Apex or being a viewer, are those my choices? Because I'll be a viewer.
You don't have to join us on Apex. I know you don't like it. I would just me and
I'll
Alex
join you guys if
chilling.
I can get better.
I
Well,
do.
it's easy to
Oh.
get better. The easiest way to get better is by playing the game, Tristan, and not getting upset. And/or if you want, go to the range,
But you
use the
see
gun you
my
want to try and
damage.
look at, and or
See
try
it.
and use, and just just practice it with the firing range. It's pretty simple.
You've seen my damage and I get 0 kills.
It's fun because you don't know how to finish. You don't know how to. You have to reload or you have to switch weapons and finish them off. It's typical in Apex. You put bullets down range. It's the point of it. It's a battle royale.
For the clone soundboard, can we get you don't know how to
All right.
finish?
Yeah. Too bad. Too bad this isn't post on the internet or anything.
I know, right?
It ain't
No, I
like
do
anybody
think
can
you're
make
better
any
than
clips of this.
you.
Number. This isn't Twitch, Alex. People can't make clips here. Okay. I don't
Yeah, they
think
can.
they can. Can they?
I mean, it doesn't.
Is
I'm
someone
staring
recording
at
properly?
the
Man.
clip button.
Is there a clip button? Excuse me. Where's? Oh, there's a clip.
It's right next.
That doesn't go anywhere though. I don't know. I don't know what happens when you click that. That breaks your computer. It breaks your computer if you don't have integrated graphics.
Can
He's trying
confirm
for
it
these-
doesn't.
He's trying to put those low blows, but he just knows he's wrong.
Oh god.
No,
No, Alex. If I was trying to go for low blows, I would say some poor sap you had to go charge. You had to go connect iPad to their Wi-Fi after driving
Yeah.
20 minutes. That's a low bro. Bro.
You know, it is what it is sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you tell yourself when you get home at night?
Every night.
Yeah. Yep.
What has happened in One Piece since the last podcast?
Oh, spoilers before any.
Spoiler alert! Put your spoiler alert on.
Just mute the podcast if you care about One Piece.
Hit the
I'll-
spoiler alert button. All right, what has happened last week?
I'm waiting for Douglas to give us confirmation.
Can I-
in chat
can I
that
get a
he's not
confirmation?
here.
And we're almost done. We got 7 minutes left, and then we'll probably end up calling it.
Okay.
Well, in the meantime,
He
there's no
hasn't
downtime.
responded, so I have to.
In the meantime, while we haven't waited for Doug to mute so we can talk One Piece so he doesn't get angry at us. I built a new computer this last week, which was fun. We still got to do a couple of things, but besides that, we're up and running. I can finally stream games again without it lagging. So nice. Guess I'll go. I'm sorry, Doug. I'm sorry, Doug. They do this every week, and I feel so bad.
It's okay.
Don't worry, I will not be partaking, as I have never watched an episode of it in my life.
It's okay.
Never
We're not even talking about the episodes. We're in the manga.
I don't know what this is. Anime.
We're as nerdy as you can get around here.
I don't watch
Where'd
it.
Doug go? Did Doug actually leave?
Shout
You guys
out to
make him leave.
Surreal
He actually left.
for putting up
Alright.
with my hateful comments.
Doug is no longer here for these spoilers.
Yeah, so hit me with them.
So I got the spoilers for this week's chapter. Are you ready for this shit?
Yes.
So we have
Laugh Tale.
we ended last week with Garp, Luffy's grandpa. The
Yeah.
first time we've ever actually seen him use like a strong move. And he like basically, I think he called it like Galaxy Fist, but then he like blew up a huge portion of the buildings with that in the Pirate Island. And then we get the spoilers for this week, I believe, was Garp and Aokiji. And Aokiji is an ex-Marine. He used to be a Navy Admiral. He's got the Ice Fruit. They're fighting because Aokiji is a part of Blackbeard's crew. And from how it was worded, Aokiji gets his ass whooped quick.
Oh, shit.
And he was supposed to be like some badass person, and or it's like, you know, he's doing it on purpose or something.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I got for this week.
So what's Luffy doing?
We don't know. There was nothing on it. We were on Garp 10.
Well, it is 11:06. Do we get our environmental fact before we end this?
I figured it was your birthday. I figured we wouldn't talk about this because you hate
No,
trees and
it's-
such not.
It's my birthday. We get
Oh.
an environmental fact every time.
Oh boy, I had a good one. I remember the good one. Thank you, Brain, for actually working. So I don't know if I've talked about this or not. First of all, I should probably tell Doug that he can unmute, even though I think he's close to stream. But
He bounced.
the big thing, and my big thing is the other day, the U.S. Forest Service posted that the day was National Dark Sky Night, where it's pretty much trying to. I think it was Saturday they did this because I don't think it was yesterday. And it's the yearly thing where they try to raise awareness towards light pollution and its effects. Which I don't know if I've told you guys about light pollution,
No,
but
how
I'm
bad is it?
sure you can kind of understand what light pollution is.
I know about it.
That's
We have
where
a lot of
people
it up
tell me
here.
they can't, when they look up, they can't see stars.
The opposite
That's
of
essentially
what it is.
pollution.
I mean, essentially, that's kind of what it is. It's pretty much the presence of, like, just excessive
Artificial
light.
It's literally Vox's number one most hated thing: visual pollution. Just the worst.
I mean, legitimately. But here's the thing, though. And so people don't understand, right? Oh, we can't see stars, blah, 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 blah. You have to remember, a lot of animals out in the wild are, say it with me here, folks, nocturnal. You didn't say it with me.
I
Okay.
wasn't sure where we were going with this. We were going with animals are
I
not humans.
I ain't really
Like,
expect-
I was
Okay, so if animals are nocturnal, what does that mean? What does that have anything to do with light pollution? What does that do? What's the
So it
correlation?
messes with their sleep schedule. It messes with their sleep cycle, and therefore you get things.
Circadian rhythm. I remember
Yeah.
my 10th grade biology
See,
Really?
class.
Like, they're gonna wake up by the sun,
yeah.
right? Like, why?
Yeah, but if the sun never sets to them because of so much light pollution,
How much
They
light
just
pollution?
never get up.
Whoa. We don't have enough light pollution that like stops the sun.
Oh, Xander,
Yeah,
if
I
you
mean,
are in
right?
a brightly lit area and your brain's trying to tell you to go to sleep, but your eyes
Yeah.
are taking in all, it's
it's pretty bad. There's a lot of different things. It creates, again, more of that population split. Population, just it pretty much, because of that, like, let's say half the population of this nocturnal animal group wakes up and moves, the other half doesn't. So now you have a split population, and you have two different,
Right.
what's it called? I can't remember the definition now. Technical term, rather.
Does this have any effect on animals that exist in caves? Animals that primarily do not experience the light of the outside.
Unless
Does
you put a
this no effect?
freaking light bulb in their cave. No.
So light pollution has no effect on them as a whole.
They're underground and they're in a cave. No.
Okay.
I mean, unless you build a city right next to a cave, then they're fine.
Does light pollution have any effect on birds migrating or like their pathing?
Yes, that's another thing I was going to talk about. Glare, this and that. I mean, it causes a lot of issues. Not so much with birds, because birds ride the currents, and birds kind of, follow a migratory path. And yeah, pigeons aren't real.
You say pigeons aren't real?
No, they're not.
Um,
Fake animal. Created by the government.
But I mean, there's a bunch of issues with it.
Which is weird.
Which we can talk about the human side of things here in a second once I look it up.
Oh, and sea creatures that.
Oh, apparently it does impact migratory or
So it doesn't-
migration
it
patterns.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Oh, great example, and one of the biggest ones. I can't believe I forgot about this one. Thank you, National Geographic, by the way, for reminding me. Sea turtles and birds are guided. I don't know about the birds, but the sea turtles are guided by the moonlight during migration. They will get confused. Like, for example, sea turtles, especially once they lay their eggs in the sand, the turtles will use the light of the moon to go towards the ocean. That's how they get their sense of direction when they're birthed. And during that part, they are it's either type B or type A. I think it's a type A that pretty much means they make, 1,000 of them and only like 100 of them survive in terms of reproduction. So every second matters when they're trying to get to the ocean. And so if you have when you have sea turtle like birthing areas on the beach and they're cordoned off, and then when they start hatching, a lot of aquariums will go out there and have a little group to make sure things are okay. And a lot of people watch it. They pretty much tell everyone, don't use your smartphones, don't even light a match. The smallest amount of any of that will completely confuse these things, and they will go out into the ground and die and get eaten by a bird.
Right,
if that makes sense. There's a lot of issues
That's
like that.
nature's way. Come on.
True. But, I mean, the biggest issue with humans is, like Box was saying, is the sleep schedule, the melatonin production, our circadian rhythm, eyesight issues, bunch of things. But yeah, no, light pollution is not a type of pollution a lot of people think about. They think about it and look at the stars and think, oh, the stars are gone because there's so many lights and blah, 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 blah. Why would we ever do this, Who would ever, cause this? It's not going to hurt the environment, but it hurts a lot of the animals, a lot more than what people would think. So there's a lot of, at least in America, national forests, and that's one of the biggest reasons why you don't see large populations near the forests, is to try to keep that natural look. Also for light pollution reasons, like I mentioned in the previous podcast, where you don't see settlements as close to the national forest because they want to try to keep it as natural as possible, even if it's outside the park. Just because it's kind of like Disneyland, and they would like to keep the illusion that you're, actually in nature.
This was one of your much better facts.
And this was off the rip too. I've been meaning to talk about it for a while, but I keep forgetting about it.
I liked this one.
You like this one? To be honest with you, I've been thinking about going back and clipping each one of the environmental facts and stringing a video together.
And just put a compilation of environmental facts
and that
together.
kind of makes me want to just to make a little video on it, and maybe on the podcast, and just talk about that video that I just posted, and do little small.
Yeah, I mean, it would give a topic too.
10-minute things. I've been kind of thinking about doing that myself because I figured, why not? And find more environmental news on the old YouTube. But that would require a lot of research to make a 10-minute video on. I'd have to make a presentation. I'd have to be dry. I'd have to wear a nice suit to turn on my 4K camera. I'd have to record a video on that. I gotta be all YouTuber-y. I gotta say, make sure to subscribe and like the video, folks. Please subscribe. I need 1,000 subscribers to get monetized and 4,000 public watch hours.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Does this mean we're almost done so I can fall asleep?
Yeah. We're
We
at 2
doing
hours.
shout-outs?
Shout outs. I mean, Rose Hart for making most of the art. Not
Yes,
this,
thank you, everybody,
not
for
the
showing up.
shitty thing that you're currently looking at, because I made that. You're welcome.
And thank you for the happy birthdays, everybody.
And yeah, happy birthday, Zander. And happy.
Happy birthday,
It's
Zander.
your birthday for another 45 minutes.
If it makes you feel better, Xander, you know what you share a date with?
Who? What?
National Bat Day.
Oh shit!
That's today.
Yeah.
I do love Gotham City.
What about
Dude, I was gonna
Batgirl
say
Day
that's
for Zander?
perfect.
Not Batman, it's just Bat Day. It's just National Appreciation for Bats Today.
Let him believe it's Batman. Let him believe it's just Batman Day. He'll never forget it.
Yeah, as per usual. Thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah,
All
man.
couple of
Anytime.
them. We had DJ Candy Canes, also known as Doug.
Oh yeah, we have
Come
Doug
out.
in the comments. Give me his topics.
Personally, I think the YouTube chat has been more active than the Twitch chat, so I'll take it. So far,
Yeah.
I don't know about how many more viewers, but you know, we'll see. All right, folks.
All right.
Y'all
well,
have a
great
great
for
night.
having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes,
and thank
as
you
always.
both. Yeah, for
Yeah,
coming
thank
out
you,
and taking
Tristan.
the time.
Thank you very much, guys, for showing up.
And
Yeah,
thank
I mean,
you.
if I read a Monday off, or yeah, if I read a
I'll
Monday
be-
off, I'll let you know.
I'll be dead at work in the morning, but
I apologize.
worth it.
But it's
Worth
worth it?
it. I gotta-
Okay, good.
Well, granted, I'm just going to do onboarding tomorrow, so I'm not too
And you know
concerned.
what the fantastic part is I would thank my fellow hosts for joining me today, but they're forced to. So, you know,
Hostages.
well,
I'm
I mean,
here
th-
whenever I can.
they're not
but, you know.
normally forced to, but, you know, at the same time, I like saying they're forced to, so they come back every week or every 2 weeks.
All right. I love you,
But yeah,
everybody.
all right, folks.
All right, love you guys. Peace.
Yeah. Let's head
Happy
over to
birthday,
the
Zander.
Adios.
Discord.
I wish we wait. Can we hear from our sponsor once more?
The sponsor of
Club.
today's video is Xander's birthday, and that's the end of it.